Hello and welcome to the Velveteen Lounge. Hi, Eric. I see your comment there. Woof woof.
You jumped in even before we went live. That's awesome.
Know.
Hey,
by the way, you can do that.
You can.
You can comment before we're even live.
I've never actually noticed that because I think people are waiting for us to actually like get out of our frozen freeze frame pose and then start acting and things like that. And they're like, oh yeah, it's good.
But anyway, hello and welcome.
I won't do that, Olivia.
I wish you wouldn't.
I wish
anyway.
I wish you would not.
You don't need to boo yourself.
Booed.
Wasn't that bad?
Booze. No. Only here for the booze.
I know.
That was Halloween.
That was Halloween.
Which is literally months ago now. Like it must be 6 months ago, it feels like.
It was
like
almost
at 12 days.
Month ago.
Yeah.
No, not even.
No. Oh wait, no, it's like
less than a month ago.
20th, so it's more than 3 weeks.
A while.
Got it.
A while
got
ago.
It, got it. Hey,
hi, Mom. Good to see you.
I lost a little time because I lost a tooth. So there you go.
I know. He can drink this week though.
I can drink this week. Hey, I literally, folks. I should wait to tell this, but anyway, yeah. I can. How about that? Whoop.
Hi, Marty. Good to see you.
Mahalo
giving.
Mm-hmm.
I love that you said that, Marty, because one of my drinks tonight is called Swanksgiving.
Swanks. Yes.
Swanksgiving.
If you want Thanksgiving to be a little like kicked up a notch.
A little swankier.
There you go. Hello. It's good. Oh, it's good. Yes.
So anyway, those of you on Patreon, I probably should wait to display this until more people are here, but I can't.
You'll display it a few more times.
I can't wait.
I just can't do it.
I made holiday vegetable loaf. That was in the picture I used to promote this broadcast. Oh my God, yes. I have to blow my nose.
Hey, John.
Pardon me. Hey, hi, John. Good to see you. I'll be right back.
Interestingly, those of you who saw the picture of the vegetable loaf, that was from which book now?
It was an A&P ad.
Oh yeah, there was an ad just because you could write to A&P for the recipe and get it. And I think this was definitely a wartime thing because they're talking about like saving on points and the whole thing's made out of vegetables, right? Well, it's probably perfectly fine, but at that point, you probably wouldn't have minded a meatloaf as well. Squirrel. I tell you, if there's one animal we have in surplus around here, it's squirrels. However,
I'm not going to eat them.
I've also heard that people who eat squirrels find that you need a lot of them to actually make a meal. So that's a lot of work.
I can't.
That's a lot of work.
I make balloon squirrels. I can't
eat that.
Eat something. I make balloons.
Can't eat balloons
out of. Well, I don't make balloons out of them.
No.
I make balloons into them.
You take a balloon and you make it resemble a squirrel. That's what we're talking about.
Hi, Robert.
Hey, Robert.
Good to see you.
Boom.
Yes. So I made I'm calling it holiday vegetable loaf. It's actually a recipe that Eric E21. I don't think he's here.
Not quite here yet.
But he sent me the recipe yesterday.
You got a couple of these, and the interesting
thing, mine instant lead poisoning.
So the interesting thing is that if you saw the picture that you had from the A&P ad, it's just it didn't come with the recipe. You had to write away from it.
You had to write.
And this is like 75 years ago. So Eric sends us this, and I'm looking. I'm like, that's exactly.
It looks like it.
It's exactly what's in the picture. It's the right color. It's the right sort of meatloaf texture. It's really a meatloaf substitute.
Don't make a balloon vegetable loaf.
Oh, right.
Now you said it, I have to. But
now you got to figure out how to make a balloon vegetable loaf. That would involve about 10 balloons. That's pretty prohibitive in terms of these carnivals.
I was trying to very quickly take a bunch of photos of it before we started because I'm like,
as soon as you cut
it's our dinner too, so
go eat.
We'll hear how it.
The interesting thing is how
hi, Julie. Good to see you.
It is on a base of mashed potatoes. It is rimmed with broccoli florets, and it is actually medallioned. Can I say that? Yes. With like 3 discs of the cranberry loaf, which have been stamped into turkey shapes.
I stamped turkeys. You can't tell.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell.
But
it's not.
They look kind of scalloped. Those are the turkeys' feathers.
Yes. And you can see if you take a
I threatened to do it and I did it.
A careful look, you could see that this was.
Hi, Lisa. Good to see you.
Hello.
I'm in a meeting with Errol tonight, so I'll be in and out. Okay, good. Well, I'm glad you're here.
You're meeting with Errol. Oh boy.
I am.
I'm thinking about his usual meetings.
Holiday
That's gonna take a
vegetable
while.
loaf, or I'm calling it holiday vegetable loaf.
Well,
Eric, I made your recipe. I'm glad you're here.
hello.
I'm calling it holiday vegetable loaf, but I used the recipe you sent me.
Yeah, yeah. I think you had to do a couple of subs, but basically everything that was supposed to be in there is in there. It's full of nutritional goodness.
Lisa, this is the one that Eric sent me because the one Dime sent me, it actually sounded really good, but it called for this like can of vegan chicken that I couldn't find it. So anyway, whatever. Next time we'll do that one.
It's sort of the deal with recipes, very much like drink formula.
Oh, Julie was trying to find. Oh, Eric was too. Oh, thank you.
There we go.
Thank you both.
Thank you.
Really
appreciate it.
I do appreciate it.
You know, it's not like we can do all of these things. Sometimes we need to crowdsource a little. Pardon me.
Hello, Stephen. Good to see you. So, I did take photos. I will post photos on Patreon, but in the meantime, this is actually our dinner.
We've luxuriated in its loveliness. Now it's time to just cut into it.
It's kind of heavy.
And it is kind of heavy. It says like a full veg. Wow, that is super heavy. It's a heavy tray too.
It took...
But definitely.
You cooked it for like 25 minutes. But oh, hi, Dime. Yeah, sure, use his recipe. Yours is next, Dime.
Yeah. Find me that can of like, like vegan chicken broth, whatever the hell it was.
I think it was just vegan chicken.
Oh, just like
in a can.
Like a product of
that's
weird.
Yeah.
That's strange. We could practically do that.
Hi, Joe. Good to see you.
Hey, Joe. Woohoo.
Cranberry turkey stuffing. Ooh.
Shout out Pritchard's double.
Oh, that'd be good. That'd be amazing.
Try it and send pictures. That's all I got to say.
The brand name I've never seen. I haven't either.
Yeah.
Maybe, I guess you can probably get it online, right? You can get anything online, but
I suppose. And the thing is, it's not like you have a lot of choice in canned vegan chicken. So, I substituted the one from Bob's Red Mill. No, you did not.
You don't hear together all the time. Canned vegan chicken.
And chicken. That's,
Anyway.
So there you go, folks. Anyway, big fun.
It's 8:07.
Big fun. And what's in your hand?
Not a drink.
Hello.
Not a drink.
I think
we'll change that.
I think it's usually Peter who comments, "What's in your hand?"
Air.
Air. Can't live on air unless you're a breatharian.
No.
So.
Well, so Nina will show up knocking on the door asking for a cup of sugar. Oh, Marty, I can't wait. Can you tell us when?
Yeah.
Can you tell us when you're...
If you don't want to drop it here, just drop us a personal. Anyway. We're in a group on
Very
that. That's
excited
fine.
for you.
That's very cool. Yeah.
And excited for us.
Yeah, these two over here. So Marty and Nina are actually going to be neighbors, just like right up over the hill there, right into the college. That's great. Yeah.
Is there a generic brand of the vegan chicken?
I'm thinking
it's called, John, I'm going to tell you what it's called.
Well, we'll tell you.
Because it's
what the heck is what?
In my email, because Dime emailed it to me. It is called...
That does look exactly close to the picture, Dime.
Loma Linda Fried Chick.
Drained and shredded, yes. Loma Linda Fried Chick. Wow, that's pretty specific.
Loma Linda Fried Chick.
Like you would know if you had that on the shelf at your grocer, right?
Yeah. And it also calls specifically for McKay's chicken seasoning. I'm like, you could just use Bell's poultry seasoning, I bet.
Never have I seen McKay's. Bell's is the gold standard.
And
of course it's excellent.
And it calls for Pepperidge Farm herbed seasoned classic stuffing, not cubed. I just love the specificity of this recipe.
Do this, not that.
Yeah.
I swear. Well, that's actually
reel in.
The one thing on that whole list, which I reckon is that
how to season the high neighbor.
Stuffing. Yeah,
I love that, Marty. Yes,
yes.
Gansett's never out of season.
Never. Gansett's always there because Gansett has all the seasonals. They've got all these like holiday and Christmas beers coming in. Oh, which reminds me of.
I'm gonna make my first drink.
There are seasonal beers that come to you from Anchor Steam, which I believe was rescued from oblivion by its employees, if I'm not mistaken. I'd be so sad if they actually went out because
we spent a lovely hour or so there.
Probably a couple hours at Anchor Steam. We were looking for their tour, and the gal at the desk says, "Oh, they're not giving it today." We're like, "Oh, that's too bad." She says, "But if you wanted us to go up and hang in the, in the tap room," we said, "Yes, we do." So we did, and like after a few minutes. Somebody comes by, there are all a bunch of taps in the tap room, says, "Would you like a beer?" We're like, yes, we would. And it was great. We just
And they
like,
let us
very,
try like all the beers.
Oh,
It
yeah,
was
we're just like hanging in this very clubby room.
We just dropped by.
They had all
Hi,
those
can we have
metal beer trays rimming the ceiling, and they had all this beer on tap. It was so fresh. It was
Those
so
are
great.
freeze dried poultry stuff. Yeah, there you go.
Bingo.
Poultry seasoning.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm making something I'm calling I promised Glamorous Thanksgiving drinks.
Mhm.
So I'm making something I'm calling
Look for glamour.
the Nora Charles because glamour.
Who represents glamour better than Nora?
Rita Hayworth also represents glamour.
Yeah, she does actually. It's true.
Anyway, I started with 2
truth.
ounces of rye because she's drinking rye and the Thin Man when they have their Christmas party. 2 ounces of rye. And then what happened to my maple liqueur? Since this is a hi Hugo.
Hello,
thank
Hugo.
you. I appreciate that, Hugo.
Yep. Definitely.
Half ounce maple liqueur. I'm using Cathedral Ledge
Distillery. I've seen a few maple liqueurs on the market. This one comes to us from Vermont, I believe.
I think it's from New Hampshire.
Is it from New Hampshire?
It?
Well, it's from one of those, and we certainly bought
I don't know.
I think we
Where
bought
does
it
it
in
come
Hampshire.
from?
So
tell me.
It
was so embarrassing last night. I was emailing, I was texting something to a stranger in my dance class. And she's giving me her phone number and stuff. I can't see a thing. And she's like, oh, that's supposed to be a 6. I'm like, I just handed her my phone. I'm like, here.
Yeah, go to town.
You do.
This is what I do too.
I can't see.
Here's the phone. You all know how to use an iPhone. Boom.
Exactly.
Fill it in, be done. You can do it a lot faster than I will. People will type with 2 thumbs. I'm sitting there like
Peter says, I say Sabrettes would be great for Thanksgiving. I don't see any reason why not.
You could actually like, what'd you do there? Sabrettes with like the stuffing around it. Oh, that'd be
it would be like a
kind
little.
of interesting.
It would be like a very small loaf.
Yeah, you could just like form your stuffing into a bun and then put your soubrette into it, like some cranberry dressing on the top there. That'd be kind of fun. So
speaking, Marty, we had some of their rye. We drank it all, but
it's gone now.
It's gone now, but we had it for a minute. It was good.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 ounces of rye, a half ounce maple liqueur, half ounce fresh lemon juice, 3 dashes orange bitters, and then I'm going to, before I shake it with ice.
But wait, there's more.
I'm going to spray it with my gold edible glitter.
Now this is, here's the fancy part. Oh, that's a lot of glitter.
I know.
It's
going to be glittery.
But she went there. Anyway, North Conway, New Hampshire. That's what we're talking about.
New Hampshire?
Yeah,
all
you
right.
thought so. You thought correctly. I will put this on the other side of you. Careful.
All right.
Because I know it's kind of
bubbles.
reaching across.
We need the bubbles. I'm not quite done.
Sabres Thanksgiving Alfresco.
Yes, exactly.
This is Alfresco. Only the finest in this house.
Exactly.
Finest in this day.
Okay.
Please tender my compliments to the chef.
Please tender $1. All right.
Remember when $1 bought you 2 wieners?
How much is a hot dog on the street now? Does anyone know?
Oh wow, I've had one practically like 8 years, I think, maybe more.
Oh my gosh, I feel like it's been at least 20 years since I've had a sweet dog.
Last like dog that I didn't just like grill up myself was at Yankee Stadium last year.
Oh no, you went to Holy Dog, remember?
I did not go to Holy
Dog.
No,
you went to the place by the train station.
This is true. I went to that place too. Okay, this is true. That was just this year.
Please.
Coming your way. That was just this year. There's a great place that's right by the bus station. Bus station, actually. And the bus station is hilarious because you walk in, there's no furniture. The walls are peeling. There's holes in the there's holes in the wall next to the guy who's dispensing tickets. It just looks like somebody came in and bombed the place. Around
$3 more if it's a touristy area. Got it.
Okay, good to know. $3 is like still great for a dog, because you can like get the relish. You can get the if you get the chili put on it, it's like a whole nother meal. I'm personally very fond of like for New York dogs, kraut and mustard. There you go.
Coney Island, Marty. Yes,
Coney,
that was a place.
That's the place in town.
Yes.
The bubbles.
I knew Marty. I knew you or Peter would know.
One of you guys.
Thank you. All right, so we have tutela.
Tutela is still available for about $10. I think that's a great price for $7.50 a bubbly. And you could certainly do a little more, and I'm not sure you'd get any more out of your bottle of bubbles you could spend a lot more on a bottle of bubbles. And we've tried that. And we're like, that much improvement?
Oh my gosh. We went to, okay, I don't know. It is very sparkly, but I don't know if you can tell because I have a frosted glass.
It's a little tough to tell. Want to make a little room in there, or are you just going for a splash?
I'm just going for a splash right now.
So, point away from face, as always.
Add a splash of Prosecco.
Thank you.
Thank you. I prefer the papaya joints for dogs. Yeah, I bet. I mean, they're good.
Papaya joints will give you the papaya drink. It's probably made from a mix, but it's digestive. So if you have a couple of heavy dogs with crot and everything, you probably want that papaya drink.
This is good.
But they also do orange and things like that. This week I can try this, by the way. I'm off the medication. Actually, it was kind of just Advil, but I was advised not to do alcohol for 7 days, and I did not, more or less.
Do you did you get a
that's good.
cork?
I did not get.
I will get a cork. Okay.
Well, that's good. That's very nice.
Coney Island serves Chicago dogs.
Yes, because they had them on the menu, and I said I'd like that, and they served me up a shy dog, and it was loaded with everything they had, and it was really good. So I got to say, you can definitely get a great Chicago dog in New York if you wanted the thing just mustard kraut, or with the relish, or the chili. You can certainly do that. What you cannot do in New York is get a New York system wiener. No place will serve you that. Can't think of any place within the entire state that'll do that. Where can you get a New York system wiener? Anybody? Don't tell them.
Dime is asking if you wore that one at. Did you wear that one at Ohana?
I don't know if we had. So if you had yours, because we have matchy.
We do have matchy.
If you had yours, then I probably did. That sounds about right. In which case, you're probably remembering. Yeah.
Should we put this?
Diner by You Never Shy Dogs by Peter. Go to them and take a look at the menu and see if they have disco fries. And if they don't, ask them if they will make them. And you know what? 9 diners out of 10 in New York will be like, yeah, sure. They know what you're talking about.
Disco fries
are awesome. They're kind of great. So anyway, well, I need a thing too before we get on.
Before we eat.
Food entertainment. So I'm going to go with the number 4 on the list here, as if it matters too much. This used to be drinking number 4. Found something in Vintage Spirits and Forgotten Cocktails, a fine volume, probably on its 4th printing by now, which is really
4th pressing. Thinking of records.
I can't even. Mint condition, How can a record be in mint condition? It's not minted. Anyway, so there we go.
I remember.
Whereas a cocktail is in fact minted if it is a Kentucky Derby cocktail. What am I thinking of?
Oh, Eric changed your avatar. Okay.
Julep. There we go. Boom. Anyway, I need.
You need.
So this is one of these really interesting things that has a very peculiar lineup of ingredients. 1.5 ounces of gin using the Sapphire. The Sapphire is really our house gin these days.
Not Sapphire.
Oh, wait, no, it's Bombay.
Bombay.
I'm sorry. Bombay is, I'm just talking out that side of my head just to hear it rattle. The Bombay is really our house gin these days because it's a good quality product at a good price. And what? Oh, like anything else is just much more at the store. So I'm like, I could get a similar quality product for more money. I'm like, why? This is very good.
3/4 of an ounce.
3/4 ounce.
Yes.
This is a really unusual ingredient. This is the Swedish punch. It comes from Cronin. This is a product that was completely off the market forever. And these folks said, let's revive it. What the hell is it? It's a base of amber rum with some aromatics and some sweeteners thrown in. What goes into this stuff?
They probably don't say.
They don't. It's infused rum.
It's a secret.
That's literally all you need to know about that. Anyway, I do have a 3/4 measure. I do not right now. So I am going to. It's really tough to do that. I'm going to take this as a 1 ounce measure, and I'm going to go that.
Disco fries. I know what I'm going to have for breakfast tomorrow.
Hey!
So good. You could do a lot worse.
There you go.
Okay,
Crescent dogs.
3/4 of an ounce lemon juice.
Lemon juice?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. I think the recipe might have specified lime, but I'm using lemon because that's what we squoze. Hey, Laura.
Hi, Laura. Good to see you.
Yep. If you actually like infused rums, and not necessarily spiced rum, which usually is like kind of a one note affair. But if you like rums which have like flavors added, like mango rum, that kind of thing, those also tend to be a little one note. This one is a little more complex. It's got a lot of spicy notes going on. This tastes a lot more like a spiced rum than most spiced rums.
Oh, thank you, Eric.
And it's a bit sweet. So
Eric saw that interview I did with Keith Andrew. I know. Yeah, I should get in touch with him again. Yeah, he doesn't live that far from us, I don't think.
Oh, how about that?
He lives in Lake Monroe or something.
What do I need else?
That rum was in Good Mythical Morning today. Oh my gosh, that is so funny, Di.
Oh,
you need grenadine.
Grenadine, how much?
Quarter ounce.
Okay, so this calls for real grenadine. Well, we have real grenadine.
Oh, thank you, Laura.
Because we can make it.
Yep. Shake strain. I've got twists. Don't forget. Oh, you know what? After all that, I didn't use a twist. Terrible.
All right.
Why do I bother?
Quarter ounce grenadine.
Oh, Lisa, you'll hear it later. She'll see it later. Her eyes are frozen.
Here we go already with the quotes. We know we're going to be quoting that a lot.
We're just saying, Emily ever taken or arrived at a few buses in Middletown to Coney Island at the bus station. Sort of always stuck out as kind of a Tom Waits lyric in my mind. Yeah. Well, that whole area.
You're telling me.
Is a Tom Waits
because
lyric.
Since I was there and I was at Coney itself is a little rundown looking, but honestly inside they're clean and they're good. And right next to the bus station, I said, I got to take a look inside this place. I got to take a look inside. It looks like you're in Lebanon. I mean, it's just or Beirut. I mean, it just looks probably Beirut back in the day. It just looks just bombed out. Like what the hell happens here?
Yeah. It makes me think of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Truth be told,
when he goes back and Dell is in the station, the L station.
Yeah. Truth be told, I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna walk back that comment because that's kind of a slam on Lebanon, which is doing fine these days. So I'm going to need one of these. Yes. But I will say it certainly looks like Detroit used to look. There we go. Yes.
I was going to say Detroit's not bombed out anymore. Really.
That's why I said used to.
I know. There's even a mid-century style bowling alley. Yes, I still haven't been. I've only lived here for almost 22 years.
Twin Spins.
I don't get to a lot of bowling, and every time there's a band I want to see, I'm doing something else.
Well, there was a point where there were good bands playing there.
Marty,
and we were at another location.
Neighbors, you'll get me to Quinn's Pins.
There were surf bands playing. No, there were metal bands playing at Quinn's, and then we were watching Surf Night over at Tapped. It's like competing rock events. I mean, it was really good.
I love that Middletown though is getting cool enough that we have competing rock events.
Oh, that's really good. You were thinking to yourself, gin and flavored
Surfer
rum.
Joe played
what
there.
The hell?
Yeah, I remember.
I
think we had a carnival or something.
Surfer Joe did play there. Yeah, I think we were at 2 carnivals that day. It was like impossible. Wasn't that in July, early July?
I am grateful. I'm just saying before I go into what I'm about to say, I'm grateful. December for us is nuts. We have so many side hustle gigs, which is great because you need the money in December, but it's going to be an interesting month.
I'm not actually going out I'm not getting into like any.
Oh, Susan's having a gin martini. Nice.
There you go. I was half thinking of doing that tonight when we're talking fancy drinks. I thought a fancy drink, your basic fancy drink is a straight up gin martini.
I love it. Eric and I are watching the show together over Skype. Oh, wow. I love that.
Oh, wow. Oh, cool. Hey, buddies. That's awesome. Like watching buddy.
I love that.
It's fantastic.
So cool. We're doing the manger again, which I don't know if you are here regularly, you've probably heard the story where we did this gig last year where we were in a living manger outdoors in December in the Northeast. And it was us and our friend who booked us on the gig, who was playing a shepherd. I was an angel. Paul was a wise man. There was also the Virgin Mary.
I know.
And an incredibly realistic looking baby Jesus doll.
And live animals. I think we had 2 sheep and 2 cattle.
Oh, Eddie Munster did a meet and greet there. Love it.
That was at
Yeah.
Was that Quinn's or was that over at
Quinn's.
Rock Fantasy?
Yes, fancy drinks, of course.
Fancy. Yeah, I tell you.
Indeed.
What did
Oh,
what is the name
we
of
write
again?
music through Skype. I have a heart.
Oh well. This is the Have a Heart. Anyway.
Yes.
Have a Heart.
It's like a trap,
Yeah.
right?
There you go. This is a good thing. And
The Have a Heart
I don't
trap.
think I've ever on the Have a Heart. I never thought about that.
It was the first thing I thought of. I'm like, there's a drink called Have a Heart.
Have a
Isn't
Heart.
that a trap?
Yeah.
Um,
There was a drink called Mother-in-Law, which I almost made because it looked pretty good, but it wasn't really a drink. It was like a whole decanter worth of bourbon with flavors. I'm like, I don't need to make 10 drinks. I need to make one.
Baby Jesus had a beard.
No.
Can we Oh, Peter's enjoying some Bordel, and Eric's trying to
Hello.
write a chill surf cover of a Jan Hammer track. I love it. So anyway, we're doing the manger again, but also we're booked. I'm booked several times. Paul's booked twice.
I just have 2 gigs, but
I'm
you got a
booked-
bunch of gigs.
I'm booked several times as Mrs. Claus. So I'm going to be doing that in December. Paul's going to be an elf. And then I'm also booked as an elf, so I'm going to have to take Paul's costume from him
Mrs. Santa Claus.
when he's not using it and go be an elf because I'm also booked as an elf.
Luckily, we just watched Elf, so we can figure out what the correct costume
Yeah, I'm
is.
just thinking about December, and I'm like, gulp. Like, what have I got myself into? Glug.
It's like
Yeah.
most weekends kind of booked up. I mean, we're we're having a little thing here too,
And if you want to be invited to our little thing here, just send
let
us
us
a
know.
message.
That's like the weekend that we could do it, and the weekend
December
that,
21st.
that our friends can make it. So the first people that we
You're gonna be
asked.
Italian Mrs. Claus urging Santa to eat. I have
Eat,
no idea.
Papa,
I have
eat.
no idea who's playing Santa. And I'm doing this at least 2 different places. So there are gonna be 2 different Santas. And then like I've heard I have to have a fancier costume for the second one. So I'm borrowing it. I'm just gonna be jolly. I'm just gonna show up and be jolly.
Jolly.
Because I asked, what do I have to do besides be jolly? And it's like, that's it. Be jolly and
Be
get your
jolly.
picture taken. I'm like,
Be jolly.
I can do that.
Ho, 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 ho.
I can be jolly and get my picture taken.
I'm thinking of the.
And then for the manger, I can be reverent
I can be reverent.
while animals are pooping on my boots,
Yeah, that's what happens.
which is what happened in that manger.
Because
last
these animals
year.
are slightly nervous because they're in a very enclosed space with people they don't know.
Peter's
so-
asking, will you have a David Bowie tree in January?
Ah!
That's such a good idea. We do have a January tree.
Yes, we do.
We do.
We do have the Thanksgiving tree is up. I
It
forgot I
is,
was
it
going to
is.
post the link to the video of the rotating Thanksgiving tree. I will do that so you can all enjoy. And if you want to give that a lot of views in November, I think that'd be awesome.
Drink the right
I
libations.
think people
before,
don't realize
as
that
Eric.
we have like 2 hours of video or anyway of the Thanksgiving tree. There's a lot of stuff.
All right, it's time to eat.
Time to eat.
So for those of you
Then
just
eat.
joining us, this is the Glamorous holiday vegetable loaf.
It smells pretty good.
I posted an ad
All things considered.
about this broadcast, and I shared it was
the picture.
holiday vegetable loaf in an A&P ad.
Yeah.
And
And you had to send away to get the
it looked a
recipe.
lot like this.
Yeah.
But then Eric
It's an
sent me
ad.
this
A&P was
recipe.
trying to drum up business,
So-
obviously.
So it's not the same recipe, but it's as glamorous. It is equally glamorous.
By the way, I'm still like hanging on the whole idea of Italian Mrs. Claus. Santa Nicola, mangia, And then
Eat, Papa, eat.
and that makes me think of Rudolph, the animated special,
Potato.
where it's just like, eat, Papa, eat. Who likes a skinny Santa? And it's like, Jewish Mrs. Claus? What? There you go. Hello.
That's a stereotype.
It's a stereotype,
Okay.
But does it ring true? Probably.
This is a very large piece. It was the size I could cut at this angle. So if you don't want it all, don't eat it.
Oh, you're going to pass it to me?
Yes,
Okay.
I am.
Well, I got some hunger, so
All
I'll
right.
probably just go to town with that.
Here,
Anyway.
have some glamorous vegetable loaf. Here's a fork. Here's a knife.
Eat your loaf.
Here's a napkin.
Since we don't actually have trays, I'm probably going to work
Manja.
with one utensil here because otherwise I would drop this on the floor.
Julie says, much better than the Christmas story. Santa's helper. The annoying that. Come on,
kid.
Well, I say that we say that to each other all the time. Whenever one of us is like wants the other one to hurry up, it's always like, come on, kid.
Look, little boy, the store's about to close. So hurry up.
Yeah, that I don't know.
Move on.
I in
Cranky
in that movie, I don't know how she worked with that hat because it was falling right in front of her face.
Oh, because we said
That
that
would
big,
drive
like,
me. I mean, it
like
was
curled
hilarious.
hat going over. It's this idiotic thing that they make elves
It was
wear.
well, it was hilarious in the movie, but that would literally drive me nuts.
You know, they had to do enough takes on that to make her insane.
If Nina and I had moved in already, we'd be knocking on your door by now. Oh, Marty. Yes, well we have lots.
We enjoy that, you know. Hello.
Lots.
We got plenty.
We got plenty of everything.
You're going to want this nutritious loaf over here. I got to tell you.
Yes.
Full of vitamin content.
I might get a little more broccoli, actually.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, that's fine. You know,
Okay.
I'm waiting patiently so that you can serve yourself.
Oh, don't wait for
Serve
me.
yourself. No. It just is a polite household. Everyone gets served first and then we eat.
Everyone can't be first. Right. Oh, I see what you mean. Everyone gets served first, like before
served,
eating.
comma,
I
first.
thought you said like everyone. Yeah. Go away. Thinking.
What do you want for Christmas, little boy? Yeah, really.
Okay. Put mine on here.
One of the ways that you can date the essential time frame in the movie is the fact that they're doing a lot of Wizard of Oz stuff for that Christmas. So you're thinking that has to be 1939, 1940. Yes. But then other indicators in there did it a little later. The film was not set at a specific date. It was like somewhere within that range.
Pasta therapy sounds good.
Pasta therapy.
All right, I'm trying this veggie loaf.
Okay. Okay. Gonna chew. There we go.
It's good. I like it.
It's pretty good.
It's good.
Yeah. What did you add in terms of any kind of spices?
It called for thyme and oregano.
Okay.
Neither of which we had. So I used tarragon and basil.
That's a good way to go. And you added a healthy dose of salt, unless it was all in the vegetables.
I added salt because it called for it. And it has nutritional yeast.
That will add a lot of savor.
Yeah. And what else did I? Oh, I added a lot more garlic than it called for.
Oh,
for 3 cloves. I used about 6.
Yeah, so you need to add a ton of garlic to everything. That's just life. Speaking of your Italian grandmother, add a ton of garlic. Wow. Can't go wrong there. Nonna was right.
That is really good. Thank you, Eric.
Eric, you know something? This is really good. And I think if you make it according to formula, it is vegan. I think we added some egg whites, so no. Wah.
I thought it might not set up.
Yeah,
probably would have set up anyway. Yeah. Yay for garlic. I know, right? I love garlic.
Seriously.
Joe told me they had the Wizard of Oz theme because the movie was re-released sometime in the 1950s. Okay.
Yes, it was. What it was
garlic.
The Wizard of Oz, if you take a look at like all the notes about it on IMDb and all that kind of thing, they'll tell you that it didn't make money in its first run.
Eric is asking, how does nutritional yeast differ from regular yeast?
I have no idea. But you would not take nutritional yeast and try to make bread out of it. So there's a big difference right there. Nor would you take bread yeast and try to make beer out of it or champagne.
Nutritional yeast is often used as a flavor element.
Yeah, because it's got a lot of savor to it. I think it's got amino acids and whatnot, and that actually it tastes good. And you think about products on the market like Vegemite. Vegemite is the stuff left over after you finish brewing beer, and they add a ton of salt to it, and it basically looks like sort of a very thick soy sauce and tastes like it too.
Laura,
and people will eat this willingly. I got to say that Australians have no idea why we eat peanut butter. We have no idea why they eat Vegemite.
I'm sure there are drinks with garlic, Laura.
There must.
I don't know of any offhand, but I'm positive there are. Oh, and Peter, yes, sage would be amazing.
Oh, that'd be a great idea.
That would be really good with this.
A couple of fresh sage leaves right on top. We still have some fresh sage. What I was thinking of was Vegemite and all that strange stuff you eat there. Now for the border.
This is really good.
This is actually quite good.
I expected it to be like, okay,
Whatever,
but
E,
it's
I
actually
think
really good.
you're onto something over here.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, garlic. I remember, I'm certain that within our time we've made a martini with a clove of garlic instead of the olive. And if you just let it sit there for a while, it's a really good idea. I like that kind of thing myself. Raw garlic is a little heavy, but if you temper it a bit, it's awesome.
Tastes me like cheese. Yeah. A lot of vegan recipes use it in place of cheese, actually.
So there we go.
Lisa has a good point.
So Marmite is the same thing as Vegemite. That's just a different trademark. That's all it is. And a lot of breweries around us, when they're done brewing, they have all of this spent grain. It's a bunch of like mush. What do they do with that? They take it to the dairy farms and say, "Here you go," and then the cows eat it, and they have a lot of fun. It's good.
Wait, what?
Well, you've already made beer out of it, and then you're just left with a bunch of chaff, and the cattle actually really like this.
Vegetable bit on the bouillon. It's sort of like more flavorful Marmite or Vegemite. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we have that. We use that all the time. I'm going to say that you're just about right, because I've never actually bought a little jar of Marmite. It's available various places. I don't know if we can get it at our supermarkets.
I've seen it around here somewhere. Maybe Adams.
Might be Adams.
Yeah.
Adams probably has it. Yeah, they're good for that. And I suppose we should simply get it and then start working it, and then maybe would really attract that down under audience that I know exists for this show. So
I think it's going to be really salty, though.
Oh, it's horribly salty.
Yeah,
it really is. It's terrible that way.
See, they spike the water cooler.
Yeah, right.
I'm
gonna try something right now.
This is good.
That's good. That's not what I was about to try. I'll be right back.
I should include the link to this recipe when I send out the recipes to our patrons tonight, because this is a good one, Eric. Thank you. And if you did it the way it was in the original recipe, it would be vegan. We just added some egg white to make sure it.
I was thinking
maintained its
that
shape.
what would really perk this is a bit of hot sauce. So John is watching, and he's an aficionado. I like to say that, aficionado. And what we have here is the sweet potato habanero hot sauce from Trader Joe's, which you should be able to get in any Trader Joe's these days. We tried this. This is very good. It's a little sweet. Habanero means that it actually has some kick to it. It's not super fire habanero sauce.
You know what? I didn't even use any hot sauce. Usually I put a hot sauce on everything.
That's
I didn't
right.
This time, and
I thought about it a little late.
No one is dancing on the tables. Well, Lisa, it's early.
Yeah, it's Oh, that Mad Men episode is kind of great with the party. There's a thing with the water cooler, with the green stuff in it.
Yes.
Which I think is completely taken off of desk set. Yes. Which is still hilarious. It's kind of like, we're having a party. Throw some stuff in the water cooler. What do you have? I have a bottle of green stuff. So there it goes in the water cooler.
Did I food in my teeth?
Actually, no.
Okay, good.
There we go.
Phew.
Ooh, avoided that one.
No one's dancing on the table.
Okay, this is really good.
Yes, this is a winner. I would make this again.
It's very good.
It was it's not a complaint. The only thing about this recipe is it's not quick because you have to chop a million vegetables.
Oh yeah, she did all this earlier. Jeebus. Hell yeah.
Kale and celery, and I bought pre-shredded carrots and onion, garlic.
Yeah, don't shred the damn carrots.
But it's really good. So it was
actually
worth
it works very well.
And we have leftovers. A lot of leftovers. So
a lot of leftovers.
Yay for that.
Hi, Casey.
Hi, Casey. Good to see you.
He's the best man. Well, he was my best man. Our best man, yes. Is that what it is?
Paul is eating what we're calling holiday vegetable loaf from the ad I posted yesterday. It was an A&P ad, I think from World War II, because
You talk about points.
yeah, talking about points. So, but it was an ad that featured something called holiday vegetable loaf. We did not have a recipe for holiday vegetable loaf, but Eric helpfully sent us a link to a vegan
A
loaf.
product
It's actually delicious.
that
So,
really
yeah,
stands in well
yeah.
for whatever the hell the A&P was doing in 1945.
Knife skills of Moana. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and hi, John. Good to see you. I'm glad you're here.
Hey, John.
Yes. The Scotch bonnet hot sauce. Peter, we're gonna see you, right? We're gonna see you on
We're
the
gonna see you.
21st. Yeah, well, let's make sure we get you some Scotch bonnet sauce.
I believe I know the brand.
Looking for that recipe. Looking for a recipe that uses every ingredient in the house and takes forever to prep. You weren't? Well, we've got one anyway. Exactly. I know. It's
Bingo.
this one just took forever to chop.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, is there another thing to chop? Yes, there is.
Can't you buy shredded kale? That's what I'm saying. You know. You were also noting that like shredding kale yourself smells horrible.
I was today years old when I realized shredded kale smells terrible.
Like tires. I mean, like really
Yeah,
bad.
it was bad.
Really bad. But it's
it's
dark leafy greens. It's very good for
got
you.
it from CBS News. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Excellent. Thank you.
That's the recipe. I'm envious. Oh, Casey, I'm going to share the link. So if you're interested, I'm going to share it.
You know, the thing about this is it has really good texture.
Look, oh, Dime, thank you. Oh, I love all of you that were looking for the recipe. Thank you.
Oh man,
you're the best.
You're
the best.
Look, the A&P thing might be lost to time. Do you remember some years ago when you actually did?
I was quoting you.
No
wonder how I laughed.
Remember some years ago? This is going back 25 years when you did a script that was a radio show.
Yes.
And as research, you looked into the Betty Crocker broadcasts.
The radio broadcasts.
Radio broadcasts from the 40s. And Betty Crocker, like who was it? General Mills? Who does Betty Crocker?
It was
anyway, but like, you know, they would do like a daily broadcast for 15 minutes, giving you some household hints. And this is during a period where people really had to like think and economize. They were either like still in depression mode or they were in wartime mode.
This was before.
Either way, they had to think what they were doing.
Regular people had TVs. So,
yeah, it really was. I mean, it's not like there wasn't such a thing as TV, but it was $1,000 investment. So nobody, you know, people did not have those yet. And this was all radio. And this show was on for 15 minutes, 5 days a week.
Okay, Eric.
The number of them that exist out there right now, I think, is 2. That'll tell you something.
Well, back then anyway, because it's been 20 years since then. But yeah, when I was doing research, I was able to find 2 surviving Betty Crocker radio broadcasts. And they were just kind of chatty and helpful. And I think people really were into them because they wanted hints. It's not like you could go Google things back then, you know? Oh, okay. Most A&P stores have turned into Acme stores. Peter, I'm glad you said that because I see Acme stores and I'm like, Acme? But,
Acme and Acme, New Jersey, we find Acme stores.
Yes. Yeah. I want to go back. Eric is taking a poll. Sunlight Thanksgiving or gray Thanksgiving? Your preference.
Take your pick. Take your pick, people.
I feel like I have a preference. I do have a preference, but I will wait to share it until other people share first. I've seen Acme stores, and I didn't know that they began with A&P.
We see one from the train, like very clear. Yes. I think it's like when you get to Ramsey, suddenly there's
Amy.
a straight shot at an Acme, and you're like, oh,
yes,
Acme.
That's where I've seen it.
Who's that?
On the train. You know? Yes.
Yep.
Yes,
this
good
is
to
like
see you,
northern
Amy.
New Jersey. Hey.
Yes.
You know something? I don't think there's anything in here that would give problems to Amy. Amazingly, there's no soy sauce.
I did not use soy sauce.
I'm trying to think what else.
Does nutritional yeast have soy?
No, it's got yeast.
Okay.
I think this is okay. This is
Yeah,
good.
I
I'm
don't think
finishing
there's
this.
anything in there that's a problem.
Yeah, there's all vegetables.
Holiday vegetable loaf substitute.
It's one of
because we
the
cannot find the recipe for a holiday vegetable loaf.
lost to history, I think. Probably.
Snowing like crazy after my guests arrive, so they can't leave.
Ah!
Laura says, old time radio ads, life enhancing tips. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Yep.
I have a little cookbook pamphlet that's like, look on the sunny side of life. And it's all about how cereal is the key to health.
oh,
Yes.
we're
But it's
going
from that
right back
era.
to
Yep.
all of those specials about Kellogg.
Yep. Yep.
Kellogg, who had his like faddish health spa in
Peter prefers
Michigan.
sunny.
Yep. Yeah, I'm going with sunny because I'm going to be outside on the rotisserie.
Oh, that's
So
true.
I don't mind that at all. But the simple fact is, I've also grilled in the snow, so I'll take whatever comes
I
my
was
way.
going to say gray because it feels more
Foolish.
seasonal, but not wind because we want the Macy's parade to be able to have their balloons.
Mm-hmm.
So
Please.
now here says, oh no, are we going to talk about the road to Wellville?
Now you're talking.
I could go get the book. We could do ratings. But maybe we won't. We don't
Good
need to
old
talk about
John
we
Harvey.
don't need to talk about elimination here.
John Harvey Kellogg
This
had
is supposed to be
very
glamorous.
specific ideas about health, a lot of which are pretty good advice these days.
Snowy Thanksgivings are fun too. Hot tubs and laughs in the snow. See, John,
Oh.
yeah.
Now you're talking, sir.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Like it feels more seasonal. But I just want the balloons to be able to go in the parade. We got on when we were getting on the train last night to come home. I was following a guy who was wearing a Macy's parade jacket. So I guess they're preparing.
Well, she was at a late class in Brooklyn, and
Yeah,
I go to the office on Tuesday, so I just stayed at the office. And then after that, I'm like, I need to kill about an hour and a half, so I just went to Macy's. And Macy's has a ton of all of the stuff for the parade because they're just about ready to go. We're 1 week out, and they're like ready at like 3 a.m, putting those balloons in place.
Oh yeah,
and wrangling the bands and all that. I mean, this is a 365-day preparation.
Oh yeah, yeah.
To get out there at like 3 a.m. and set it up and go and bang. As soon as you hit like, about 9:30 in the morning, this sucker is going.
Why?
And all these bands and all the performers and all of the lip sync and all of that stuff and all of these very large helium balloons that could go completely awry. So it's a real thing.
Julie says, I like a Charlie Brown type Thanksgiving.
Ah!
Me too. Me too.
There's a good idea. What do you think, Chuck?
I prefer no precipitation, Amy says.
Yeah.
Because I have to drive to my cousins.
You prefer
I am
correctly.
preferring a no precipitation December because I know that's a fantasy, but we got a lot of gigs.
Yeah.
So
we got to get to these
really
things.
makes any weather a jazzy experience. I love that. That should be like embroidered on a pillow.
I, of course, built an FM broadcaster so I can send what's happening here outside. And I will very
Dime, you changed to Dimetheos. Okay.
There you go.
We knew who you were. Yeah, at least the same.
Yeah,
We knew who you were. Yeah, people knew who
we knew who you are. Anyway.
Road to Wellville.
Mm-hmm.
Saw the movie. It was okay. Like the book better. I have to read the book. I haven't read the book. Where's the turkey? Where's the pumpkin pie? I know they're all eating like candy.
Hey, Chuck.
Right?
Yeah. Which makes us think of Elf. But anyway.
Yes.
Well, anyway, I'm talking about broadcasting what's happening here outside, and typically I will throw on some good jazz. I just need something that is going to
my life is an unintended
make the brainwaves work. Now, currently, as I've told a few people offline, we cannot play records because in a freak accident, our stylus got decapitated. It was pretty quick and horrible. And I knew almost immediately there's been a real problem here. Now, I paid dearly for that stylus 4 years ago, and I was using it, and I was intending to get at least another 4 years out of it, and not to be.
Hi, Shane. Good to see you. Thank you.
So today I ordered another one, and it will arrive, and we will go. But in the meantime, no dice, folks.
Give them the play-by-play.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, it was so stupid. I had a piece of hanging wire
This
that
is
was an antenna.
Shane. This is holiday vegetable loaf.
Mm-hmm.
It is delicious, though. It is good.
It is. It is very pie-like. It's really loaf-like, to tell you the truth. It looks exactly like a meatloaf, and the fact is, the texture is a hell of a lot like a meatloaf made from turkey or beef or whatever.
I did not know how it would be. I made it anyway, and it's actually quite good and so healthy.
It's full of vitamin content.
Damn, what kind of stylus was it, Paul? A road to Wellville. Oh yeah, I think you're right, John.
Course and Boyle. Oh, okay. Yep.
Paul shared the story of the stylus decapitation like it was a major motion picture. Hey, Casey, I didn't even know that. All right, you have to do it, but you're going to get me the bubbles first, please, so I can make my next drink.
All right. I'm going to give myself.
I'm going to move this out of the way.
Fill, not like full fill, but a fill, at least a couple of splashes of bubbles, so I can.
And I need a champagne flute.
Yeah, I bet Amy does make a good meatloaf. And you know what? You would actually really enjoy this vegetarian meatloaf for your vegetarian friends. But if you're making meatloaf out of like pork,
it's actually good.
Pork, beef, chicken, turkey, that kind of thing.
It's not like, even like.
I bet it's awesome.
Well, honestly, my dirty little secret is I like a lot of vegan things, but yeah, it's actually really delicious.
So John is noting within the past month we've lost both Lou Donaldson.
You told me
Lift the hat. And Roy Haynes. You know what? I didn't realize Roy Haynes. I'd heard about Lou Donaldson. So I've played both of them recently. And you know what? Look them up. People, look them up on your streamer. Play some Lou Donaldson. Awesome. Roy Haynes, fantastic. Really tasteful player.
I need the bubbles and I need a flute. And then we want to hear the story of the decapitation because, I mean, he told me, but he didn't tell me colorfully, so I want to hear it too.
The story of the decapitation sounds like a tale of two cities. It is a far, far better thing than
meathead, and I've
ever done.
I know it is good, right? It's actually, yeah, it's delicious and so healthy.
So healthy.
We always say that to each other whenever something is super healthy.
I need one of these.
It's so healthy.
So good for you.
Okay. All right. I'm going to start making my drink. Well, do you want to start telling your story?
I would like to get a fill of bubbles, and then I will tell the sordid tale of how you cannot play. I would like it in this glass.
Oh, okay.
Which is right there.
Troy. Good to see you.
And there we go.
Troy, I made a vegetarian meatloaf that turned out to be quite delicious, actually.
I'm finishing it right now. You know, it's really good. The fact is, we eat a lot of meals which qualify as vegetarian. We don't really intend it a lot of the time, but it happens that way.
You love these colorful stories, don't you, Kelly? I especially do when it's like, I didn't hear it that way. I'm like, I just heard like the stylus broke and I'm sad. I'm like, well, get a new stylus?
Get a new stylus.
I didn't hear it colorfully. I want to hear it colorfully. Okay, but I'm going to start. This is 1 ounce, right?
Yes, it's 1 and 2.
There's no such thing as veggie meatloaf. It's a veggie holiday loaf.
I think it's more like beet loaf.
It's a beet loaf.
Meatloaf, beet loaf.
Actually, there's no
I hate beet loaf.
There are no beets in it.
No, there are no beets. True. Although we have beet liqueur.
It's a glamour loaf.
Glamour loaf.
I'm just thinking of the ad I shared, the A&P ad that said this vegetarian loaf was glamorous. Okay, so I am going to make
trying to sell it, of course.
I'm just going to say all the ingredients now, and then Paul can start telling a story. So I'm calling this one Swanksgiving, and it begins with 1 ounce of bourbon, a ½ ounce maple liqueur. This is a variation on my first drink. So 1 ounce bourbon, ½ ounce maple liqueur, ½ ounce fresh lemon juice, 3 dashes Fee Brothers black walnut bitters. I will add those to my flute. I'm going to spray it with gold edible glitter. And then I'm going to fill with my chilled Prosecco. And I'm calling this Swanksgiving.
The glitter is not actually 24 karat gold. I just wanted to point that out. It's too bad because gold is inert and your body doesn't need it. So it just passes right through.
Yeah.
So if you eat 24 karat gold, you know what happens? things get very glittery at the other end.
Well, we were talking about Road to Wellville earlier.
Yes.
Anyway, I'm going to make this.
Speaking of elimination,
I'm going to make this drink while Paul tells his story.
Shall I actually?
Glamour loaf, yes, it is. I'm just going to call it glamour loaf from here on out.
There's the thing.
It is glamorous
Because if you're going to
trying times, yes.
If you told a family in the 40s you're having vegetables, they'd be like, you know. But if you said it's glamour loaf, oh wow,
it is glamorous. It's glamorous.
Glamorous, damn it. That's the thing.
Glamorous.
All right.
All
So
I'm making Swinksgiving while Paul tells his story.
I will make this even longer in case you didn't hear this part. So the cartridge that's on the turntable was probably purchased about 45 years ago.
Uh-oh.
If you go back about 40 years, I was doing an install for a client when I worked for a store, a hi-fi store, right? And they were getting like a new cartridge on the turntable. And like I take a look and the old cartridge, the needle is like completely gone. Like there was nothing left. It was like something just sheared it off as if by hatchet.
Eric, I want you to know I see your post.
I got that.
Anyway. I'm continuing to mix while Paul tells his story, but I did see that.
I'm not going to say that out loud, Eric, but everybody here can read. And there we go. So anyway, some guy had actually bought this at the time, and I take a look, and this is just gone, completely dead. So I install a new cartridge on the turntable. And, when I'm done, I asked the gal who's there, the wife, and I said, what do you want to do with this? She's like, oh, throw it away. And I was like, okay. So I just put it in my pocket. I thought, this is actually a pretty good phono cartridge. It just needs help, like a lot of help. So I put that into what I eventually called the cartridge graveyard, where I actually had anything that I found at an install that just needed to be saved. I just threw it in there. And eventually I said to myself, this is actually a really, really high-end photo cartridge. I mean, at the time, it probably was priced at about $250 or $275, but that was probably 1982. Do the math. Do the inflation calculator. That was a lot of money at the time. This was really, really high-end kind of stuff. And of course, this is made by Shure, and it's considered one of the best that ever was. So you go back a few years and I decide, I just want to rehab this thing. Let's go. And I bought like sort of a generic replacement. It worked for years. And then we get to 4 years ago, we're in lockdown. And I said, I've never replaced that. It's time that I actually do. So I found a place that made a replacement and ordered it. And that was not super cheap, and nor was it super expensive. But I installed it, and it was a better stylus. And like I was just over time, I'm like, this really is worth the time. It's worth the money. It was really a much better deal. So we've enjoyed it for 4 years, and I intended to use this for a really, really long time. I
was like, shouldn't a stylus last longer than that? Yes, it should.
It's a fragile thing because it's on a tiny little tube called the cantilever. And that actually leads to like a little place where there are some like permanent magnets, and that causes electrical disturbances, which goes to your receiver and you can hear things, right? But ultimately, it's a mechanical device. It's a needle. It's a diamond that's dancing around in a groove.
Are you saying that it was just right? Oh, yes, Laura, thank you. The Swinksgiving. I'm into it.
Swinks. Swinky.
I'll read the ingredients off again, but continue.
I'll continue. So in the meantime, I've also found that the radio stations that we like to listen to, the reception here is really poor because we are sort of in the foothills of the Catskills. And anybody who is broadcasting from like the big city or south of us, it's really difficult to get a good signal. So I put together an antenna and it works okay. And then some days it's terrible. But if I move it, suddenly it's in a better position. Now, I don't want to sit here standing like this so I get better FM reception because I'm not an idiot.
Just don't move.
So I found that I could just kind of tape it to that picture that's over there, and it worked. And that's where it was. On Sunday, when I was playing something, I was actually recording something for the Merry Xmas collection, by the way. And suddenly this lets go, this piece of wire that's draped over there, and just goes swing and hits this cartridge and bang. And it just whacked into it like with abandon. And I'm like, oh, geez. And I take a look. Well, I tried playing again. I'm like, this sounds horrible. Popped it off, took a look, gone. Daddy, gone. Love is gone. Away. And that was the end of that.
I don't think glitter dilutes the quality of dirt. I love the conversation that's going on over here on YouTube.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
It's like the
So
radio
that's
I
what happened.
DJ for. Oh, wait. Not a very large audience. Oh, okay. Troy
Mhm.
got it.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
I hear that. Radio these days, like actual broadcast, FM, and particularly AM, is really moribund. But there are some really vital FM stations out there. And I think we have some great FM receivers. I want to pick it all up.
Yeah.
You know?
Phonograph mechanics are fascinating. Yeah, it's really. Antenna are just frustrating. Amy says tragedy. Dime says OMG. I know. Feel the pain. Hi, Bill and Patty Dawn.
Hey,
Good
Bill.
to see you.
Hello, Patty. So anyway,
Oh.
look, many of you here do have a functioning turntable and listen to records with regularity. Many of you have been collecting for a very long time, and your records are in great shape, and you listen to them and you love them, and great stuff happens. If you ever experience something like this, let me know. There are good resources to get you up and going. Sometimes it's worth it to get a replacement, and sometimes you just buy a whole new setup. And
Oh my gosh, Eric.
we can advise you on that too. I spend a lot of time making sure this system works.
Eric says, I went to a station and they showed me their setup. It was a server rack in a closet that did all the DJ stuff. I'm like, oh God.
AI DJs.
Ugh,
As if.
don't bother. Peter says how I miss shortwave.
Oh man, there you go.
Oh man, yeah.
Back in the day, shortwave was a great way to receive a ton of programming that you weren't going to get anywhere other way. And it was coming from Europe and South America and Australia and Russia, all over the world. You get all these shortwave stations. You can receive great stuff. It was really fun.
And the name of the server was Hal.
Seriously.
Anyway.
Anyway,
Shortwave is still out there.
Eric
Just
says
saying.
shortwave is
Yeah,
out there.
okay.
Shortwave is
All
out
right.
there. We have a little unit. It used to be to my left over here. It's actually in that room now. That is a little German hi-fi from the 50s that gets shortwave. Gets, I think, 3 bands.
You got to get that working again.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I do.
Ooh.
Oh, John's talking about like big scores at the FMU fair.
Yeah.
I saw the picture.
Yeah.
If it was either a band alone or it was one of those males. Yeah. And I remember that record, and you got a good deal on that, as I recall. I don't know if that
Radio
was in
Garden
the 3
is
for 10 or
also
not.
fun. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Big one. But very cool. Like
I love getting these ideas. Like I'm going to take a screenshot of that, John. I love it when people suggest things. I take screenshots and then I look at them later.
Let me take a look at them later.
Yes.
I might have tried Radio Garden because I think somebody referred us to that a long time ago. And I popped on and realized there's an app that will let you listen to like any radio station in the world that is broadcasting on the web. It will just grab the signal and get it to you.
Peter's saying shortwave is how I developed my taste in music. I love that.
Wow.
Wait, Eric is saying they've moved some of the upper bands now. Those are still fun to listen to. Number stations. Do we still have Wall or whatever that?
Oh, Wall is doing fine. Yeah.
We do have a local
WAL radio
station.
I
never listen to it, but
I listen to it from time to time when I'm in the
oh,
workshop.
hi, Joe. I didn't even see you.
Hey, Joe.
Joe.
Yep.
Yeah, Radio Garden is great. Joe was saying, okay. Hi, Joe.
All over the world. Well, Joe is actually a connoisseur of such things and has been listening now for 55 years, I bet. But definitely. I feel like I've been listening for 55 years. So
radio DJs. We do listen to a lot of WFMU. They're legit on the air.
They're on the air.
Yeah.
They broadcast locally from Mount Hope. So we get that very strong. Of course, some days we get it and it's just terrible. I'm like, you're right there. What the hell is your problem?
There's a transmitter.
You are the problem. I lost my stylus because I was trying to pick your signal up and it sucked. That's the thing.
Send him a bill.
Yeah, I will. I'll be like,
oh, Pepper Tree.
I'm irritated with you.
Pepper Tree's here.
Hey, Pepper Tree.
Listening while working on my computer tonight. I love it.
Awesome.
I love it.
Really appreciate that. Anyway, look, I mean, there's all sorts of things here. We are format friendly. We have Hugo 8-track here. We listen to 8-track tapes. Whatever. I got some.
Trying to get a university station.
RCT.
RCT. Okay. All right.
Well, wow. I already...
Sue them. They don't have any money.
No.
They really have no money.
In fact, I managed to donate to them this season, so I'm not going to sue them. But the fact is that all of the university stations in our area, I mean, where are we? Tri-state area. There's a huge number. They're all worth listening to. If we could get the Hofstra station, they used to have really good shows. I would be interested to check those out.
The Hofstra station.
Yeah. All right, you. They've been broadcasting on FM since about 1968, I think.
How long have I known you, and I've never heard it?
We can't get it. It's coming from the island. They're totally blocked.
Streaming.
Well, truth be told, they must be by now.
Everyone is streaming.
They should be.
We're streaming.
We're streaming.
We're streaming. That means anyone can do it. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying that kind of thing. But I love picking them off the air. It's still happening over the air. You can still get digital stations on your TV if you try. It's not a big deal. In fact, because of this whole accident, I think I'm finally going to put up a roof antenna. It's about time, you know. And like, if I get the right antenna, it should pick up TV too. And we'll see what we can pull in. DXing, baby. That's the fun part.
I don't know. Didn't we try we tried an antenna.
I found one on the street and I tried it and it really wasn't cutting it, but like it was in bad shape. So I'm like, well, whatever. It was
Might have been on the street for a reason.
It was on the street for a reason, you know.
We can solve this, John says. I love the spirit. Yes, we can solve this.
Thank you, John. I know always talking to the correct person, but of course, anybody who calls
himself
Dr.
a major fight on
Tesla.
Netflix. It's so funny because I watch a lot of Netflix on the train because we have a long commute, but
we have some time on a train.
Every time I get on, they're like, watch the Paul Tyson fight. I'm like, there's nothing I want to watch less, honestly.
No.
I mean, I just don't know. No.
I don't need to see these two pugilists going at it.
Well, and it's like, I don't know. I didn't watch it. I was rooting for Mike Tyson. He didn't win, whatever. I was just rooting for Mike Tyson because I don't know. The other dude was like some obnoxious streamer. If you're a fan of his, I'm sorry. I've got a drink in me, so MIT Flea next year. Okay, all right. I love it. The antenna you found was not resonate to the signal you want to get. It was probably not right for you to receive. Okay, all right. I don't know anything about these things. I also don't know anything about boxing, so it was not a fight. The ladies before put on a show, though. Oh, okay. See, I would be interested in that. Never goes well.
All right. So, Eric, what I found was a classic TV antenna, like a Channel Master kind of thing. And I think the problem was that some of the elements were not connected.
Laura's not a fan either.
There were broken parts.
Yeah.
And when we tried it out, it just really wasn't cutting it.
Didn't watch.
And honestly, I was really trying it on FM. And your average TV antenna should receive FM just great. Because I remember back in the 80s when I picked up the Fisher, I remember hooking it up. And I thought, I'd love to be able to get the Boston stations, which I never could. And I realized that the mother had switched to cable. But we still had the roof antenna. So I said, oh, and I figured out where it was. And I just put a hole in the floor of my room and just hooked it up to this thing. And suddenly I was getting WBCN like a belt. It was just great. I was like, wow, that was very cool.
One of these days I may get an SDR or software defined radio.
Okay.
I know what all those words mean.
But not in a row.
But not together.
Yes. FM, no static. We can thank Mr. Armstrong for that. And he died tragically because of some sons of bitches. And that's all I need to say about that. In the meantime, he did.
Which Armstrong?
Major Armstrong, Edwin Armstrong, who invented FM. Who also made AM work in the first place. Instrumental in some television stuff too.
Okay.
Great pioneer in these things.
I'm not shading him. I just don't know who he is.
He got frustrated with all the lawsuits and he couldn't take it anymore. He actually jumped out of his hotel room.
Oh, that's terrible.
Terrible. Just terrible. But his widow, who actually had to live through all of this, actually won the lawsuits and she got the patents. So
Okay,
I say
good.
revenge
Okay,
is
good.
revenge is too late.
So he was stolen from?
Yeah, he was. He was being
Oh,
ripped
that's
off.
terrible.
Ripped off by idiots.
Ugh.
Terrible
Well,
thing.
I hope she took them for all they were worth. Good old-fashioned roof antenna. Yeah.
Well, Eric, I have a piece of wire cut to the right length, and that's what killed my stylus. So no dice. But I have actually thrown a long wire out there to try to get him, and I pulled in Buffalo. So I got to say that worked. The fact is, your average.
I feel like I could
antenna
just
from
go sit
Channel
down and
Master
watch
should do.
TV. I have no part of this discussion.
Should do. Yeah, you can do well. I just figured if I'm going to bother getting up there on the roof and installing something and putting a coax into the house, put it in the TV too. See if we can pick up. What the heck? I need my glass, which is over there. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so I'm going to put a cube of ice in here. Oh, this glass is just tragic.
Is it?
Yeah, it's just all mucky and everything. How can I actually polish that up?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. It's a mess.
Yeah, it's a mess. There we go. There we go. Much better.
You know what those towels also work for? Stocking stuffers.
Oh, really? You know who would
Same.
actually like these towels? Some of our audience.
Everyone.
Everyone should have one of these towels. Here we go. The VL towels are available in 2 great colors.
All
This
right,
is the
I'm going to
maroon.
drop the link once on
Once.
you, or a commercial plug, and
That's
then I
the
won't drop
maroon.
it again.
That's the teal. The teal looks very black on screen, but it's really teal. We no longer sell the black towels, actually. So there you go.
Product placement. You're darn right. It's product
Hello.
placement.
This is the time. These towels
All
are
right.
fantastic. Obviously, they have a nice printed
I
side,
have
which is
dropped the
polyester,
link.
and they have a fantastic
They make good gifts.
terry side, which is cotton. This is actually a functional towel. This will do the job. I hate those polyester towels which just kind of like push the water around. They don't absorb anything. They're a bad idea. This one has a cotton side. It works great. Anyway, 1 cube. I'm just trying to get this
Oh,
cold.
Dime gets a decent amount with a good antenna. Okay.
It doesn't hurt. Nobody puts up a roof antenna anymore. But I had a good story about that a long time ago.
They put them down on the street
Yeah, they do.
for the trash to
Well,
take
if I
place.
found one in decent shape, I'd be like, yeah, let's go.
I'm not saying you should do that.
But the fact is, I'm just going to have to buy
we
new.
saw how well that worked the last time.
Channel Master sells them now. You can buy a real roof antenna. You can install it yourself. They'll tell you exactly what to do. They're still in business. I think they used to be in
Didn't you say Ellenville?
Ellenville. Ellenville, New York had Channel Master.
Every time we drive through Ellenville, you're like, Channel Master,
Master.
used to be here.
Channel Master and Trade Knives. That was the big two. So I need this guy because I need
It's
1
like you're
ounce
telling Santa,
of bourbon.
Channel Master, Santa.
Channel Master, Trade Knives. Hey, Edward Brophy,
Yes.
whom you recognize from the Thin Man movies. The second
Hi,
time.
Dan.
Bourbon.
Good to see
Hello.
you. And holiday music product placement season. Yes, it is, Dan.
Actually, Dan, it is.
It 100% is.
I'll get to that in a moment.
Is it Glendora wine
Well,
glass?
that's a bourbon.
Oh, yes. Oh, Peter, you're so sweet. The Glendora wine glasses make your wine taste 300% better.
Would you
I
like
love
to
that.
promo the Glendora wine glass? There we go. Display, display, display.
I'm trying to do my best Vanna White.
Fantastic.
It is music time. Holiday music time. And if you're looking for a 45 of Christmas music they probably haven't heard yet,
Probably not.
we can provide you with such.
We can get you 2 original songs. One of them co-written by Dan, who was right here on this board.
Yes, yes.
And well done, I must say. I had some ideas about that. I gave them to him, and he actually went and said, "Here," and I said, "That's
Made it
exactly
sing.
that's exactly it. That's exactly it. We provide the lyrics, we sing it. Dan plays on the record because I wouldn't have any other guitarist.
Mhm.
And we had a great pickup band that
Oh,
just nailed
Dime,
it.
thank you.
Well, thank you, sir. And we actually recorded that in Brooklyn at Benny's, which I also
Benny's
recommend.
Wash and Dry.
Benny's is fantastic, and Benny himself actually is a great player. We hired him to play piano on one of our last
We did.
items. I think a box of wine he plays piano on, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm more Carol Merrill than Vanna White. I'll take that.
Yep.
Carol Merrill.
I will take that, Adam.
I I love that name, Carol Merrill.
Slow scan TV.
Oh,
I
time.
don't know, but I know what that is. There's also mechanical TV, which some people are still
Josie
doing.
pushed one
out
off
there.
and broke it. Oh, I'm sure
Oh!
she didn't mean it.
Well, probably did actually. Anyway, so what else do I need? I need the Glamorous.
What are you? Oh yeah, you're making your other drink.
Other drink.
Seelbach.
The Seelbach is a classic
Do you need the recipe?
cocktail associated with the Seelbach
Okay,
Hotel.
so you've done an ounce of bourbon.
Mhm.
You're doing a half ounce Grand Marnier.
Yep.
You need
The actual
Peychaud's
formula
bitter.
calls for Cointreau, which we don't have. So I'm subbing Marnier. Well, that's a sub.
It's not like you used something that wasn't even orange.
I will take
Okay.
the Peychaud's and I'll take the Angostura.
Peychaud's first.
7 dashes of Peychaud's bitters. There we go.
That's a lot of Peychaud's.
It's a lot of
Just saying.
Peychaud's. Yeah.
Okay. And then you need the Angostura.
Take the Angostura.
Oh, that's low.
We're getting down. I'll use the final 7 dashes. Actually, we have more in there. Hello. Still doing. Okay, you're supposed to stir this.
Snow
I'm just going to
Joe.
give this a swizz because it's got the cube of ice in it. I want to keep this pretty cold. It should be pretty
The
cold.
bubbles are back there. Okay.
So far, you should have a pretty good sort of old-fashioned going on.
Oh, I'm
You
sure I'm
do.
tasting
You
it.
do. It's an excellent old-fashioned, actually. The orange liqueur works really well as the sweetness in the old-fashioned. And with all those bitters, hello.
Yeah, that is good
And
already.
what you want to do then is fill with your bubbles.
All those bitters.
Now, the formula that we're about to give our patrons says 5 ounces. I'm not sure you're getting 5 ounces in this glass.
Yeah,
Probably more like 3.
but here, I'll take that.
But you can take that
Drink some
and fill with
fun.
what? And I'm going to try this right now.
You talk of photos and holiday music reminded me of some 45s I loved as a youngin'. One was
It's good.
an axe, an apple,
And a buckskin
jacket. Oh,
Oh, yeah. I believe that's a Christmas tale because I have that on an
Mm.
album narrated by Bing Crosby, who was talking about
I've
the
never
axe, the
heard
apple.
that.
Yeah. It's kind of a
Okay.
classic story of like frontier living.
oh, geez. Oh, John. John says, I can't see Grand Marnier without thinking of Richard Manuel from the band. At his peak, he was drinking 8 bottles a day. I feel like you would die from the sugar.
Yeah, you'd get
alone.
diabetic and fall into a coma.
Like
That's
your
crazy.
pancreas would give out from all the sugar.
That's way too sweet.
Ugh.
Seriously?
I like
Are
Grand
we-
Marnier, but
Are we talking Marnier or a wine product?
Dang.
I'm just, I want to make sure about that.
oh,
Peter,
ugh.
Peter, who is here, loves Marnier, but
Hey, Palace, hello.
I
good to
don't
see
believe he
you.
loves it that much.
That is disgusting.
Marnier,
I love
is,
Grand Marnier.
in my personal opinion, is the best
An ounce
of
at
it,
the
the
most.
best of its kind. Absolutely the
yeah,
top
Laura's
of it.
like, ew. I know.
But you also have Cointreau, which claims to be the first of its kind.
I'm just saying
And
what
it's
I heard.
probably correct.
John,
Yep.
like I have no reason to doubt you. I'm just like, oh,
Wow. You could drink, back in the day,
even one bottle.
Back in the day, I believe Ian Kilmister actually drank an entire bottle of Jack Daniels per day with
I
Coke
just got a
Jack and
actual
Coke
chill at my spine.
in a pint glass, and every day, like a bottle of Jack. That's a lot.
Oh,
And he was living the rock and roll lifestyle. Did it take him out? Yeah, actually, it did. It did. Mostly,
yes, it did.
mostly the cigarettes probably
Oh.
did that.
Man,
Okay, so note from Dime here. Yes, I did get that, and I have to load that to the big machine. I just need to nail that in. Thank you so
Marnier
much.
is better than Cointreau. Yes, I agree with you.
I'm in that camp that says absolutely. Yes.
Yes, too sweet is too sweet. Yes, yeah, yep.
Peter, who loves this stuff, says no way. That's the kicker.
That is a lot of.
And by the way, for people who don't realize, I got a private thing going on with Dime over here. So John, there's a new
You've got
album.
A private thing going on.
Yeah, there's like a correspondence here. So John, there's a new Charlie Parker album of live stuff. Hello. So we're gonna take a listen, and that's gonna be a lot of fun.
Thank you, Kate Palace. I
Yes.
appreciate it.
Oh yes, thank you. I do appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't not believe you. I don't not believe you. I'm just like, my God, that's crazy.
That's craziness. There's sometimes I hear that I'm like, are you serious? Because
I
back
mean,
in the
because
day,
it's a lower alcohol content than say a bottle of Jack Daniels, but that is a lot of sugar.
check that bottle of ammonia.
Wow.
The bottle of ammonia is 80 proof.
Is it?
Yep. You drink that, you're drinking a 750 with a lot of sugar.
Okay, then it's a lot of alcohol.
Whoa!
Sugar.
Yeah, this
I would
is
have said it was less alcohol,
yeah.
but I never actually looked.
I didn't do that. Anyway, so bring Parker to game day. Oh, okay. Yeah, we could do that.
Parker, like Ralphie?
Ralphie.
Ralphie
Anyway, we had a
Parker?
request for some promo of some holiday items. Shall we?
Oh, okay.
What do we do?
My glass is empty. And I'm not going to reinvent the wheel. I'm going to definitely use some more of my spray glitter because I'm all about glitter. Yay, holiday items. Oh, I love that. Okay. That is a lot of glitter.
So anyway, here we have
Okay,
the
here he is.
classic platter pack here. Everybody out there has one of these, I bet. This is just kind of made out of cardboard. It's a very cheap little thing. But if you're a DJ, you love these because you get your entire show in your hand when you're on the subway going to your set in Brooklyn. Now, I do not have a set in Brooklyn, but what do I have? I have a record.
I've been taking a dance class in Brooklyn.
Yes, you have. Boom, 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 boom. What we have here.
Bring it. But I'm expecting some Phil Shap style commentary from Paul when it's played. Okay.
Now, in 1951, Bird was not in great shape when he was in Carmel, California, but he went to the rehab clinic and he was there for 34 days. I think it actually was 35 days, but it might have actually been 33. But honestly, I'll split the difference and just say 34 days. And the cure worked this time, and he met up with Dizzy Gillespie and Roy Haynes, and they got together and they started doing some sessions. And this initial trio eventually was a 5-piece, but then eventually a 6-piece. And they recorded some fantastic demos that were never released, but there were also some great live.
John says, shut up. I was about to strangle him. So Kay Palace is saying, did you need to buy new dancing shoes? You know what? I did buy new dancing shoes. I still had some old tragic shoes
they were tragic.
From back in the day. And I was like, you know what?
It's time for them to go.
Fresh start. I bought new shoes. Actually, I've bought 2 pairs of shoes at Capizio recently. I feel so young. Yeah, I bought new jazz shoes and I bought new character shoes.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
They were really good shoes. I like them.
He's like, I like them.
I like them.
I like them even better because I've been the one who's wearing them.
I like the fact that we were headed to a gig and you were trying to get to Capizio in the city, and then we realized there was one in
Wayne,
New Jersey. And I said, why don't we just go there? We were in a traffic jam anyway, so we cut out, headed to Wayne, and we found the Capizio, and she was like the last customer of the evening. That was really cool.
It was nice,
right? Actually,
I was quite enjoying the jazz conversation. We were also buying new dance shoes.
Hello.
Yes, I bought jazz shoes. You're buying new dance shoes. Are you buying like the ballroom? Like we bought shoes for ballroom dance when we were.
I still have my ballroom shoes.
I do too.
And they are really, really good shoes. They really make a difference.
Or says, I hate looking for shoes. It's such a chore. I have big feet.
Feet's too big.
Yeah, rim shot. I usually do too, Eric. I feel like at Capizio, they've got your back. So, because my jazz shoes are a completely different size from my character shoes. So it's not even like, oh, well, you have a size at Capizio and it's this. No, I have a completely different size in jazz shoes than I have from character shoes. So
how about that?
Whatever.
It's the way the feet go. I can't even tell you.
Yeah, it's the way the shoes go.
So, look, if it's record time, you know what time it is. It's time for...
It's martini time.
It's martini time.
And I'm so ready.
Here's the classic right there. Let me get that out. It's martini time. What do you know? Do you recognize these 2 characters? Let me take the sleeve off and you can see this a little better.
Eric, when I was a kid, I had flat feet
Hmm?
and I couldn't have cute shoes, and I was so pissed.
Seriously. So Martini Time is an original that we wrote and
Okay, I know.
that Dan provided the music for. And then we have A Box of Wine for Christmas with Glendora. You know, she's still irritated that she's on the B side of this record, but she's got the black Christmas tree. So what can you say?
Chuck Taylor's with padded uppers and suede bottoms. I love it.
Oh,
I love
fantastic.
it.
Fantastic.
Perfect.
This is the stuff. And by the way, when we go out all out, we go all out. This is a heavy cardboard sleeve, no cheap paper here. Full color, both sides. It's got a UPC code. You can put it in the store. And when you pull the record out, yeah, it's pink vinyl. I kid you not. Seriously. Every single step of the way to make a 45 is crazy. Everything costs something. And yeah, in here somewhere, there's a download code. If you say, oh, I don't have a record player, it doesn't matter.
No worries. You don't
It doesn't matter. You can just download it. And you have the artifact. These are available for
thank you.
$10 plus postage. I think postage now would make it about $15.
No, hold on. I'm just gonna
check it out.
Yeah, check it out.
I think we had to raise our rates because we were getting ripped off. Postage for 45 is
it's $10, but then they add shipping.
Okay.
So it's probably around 15.
15 is about right. To your door.
Yeah.
However, if you're going to see us, you can save the shipping.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Oh, red and black and some white trim like our kitchen.
Oh, hello.
I love it. Oh, by the way, Aldi has a retro record player. Oh my gosh. The Isle of Shame. Have you heard that term? Aldi's Isle of Shame. The aisle where they just
all of their seasonal crap they put out there.
I love the Isle of Shame.
We have a local Aldi, and they're kind of fun.
Yeah, Glendora. Oh my gosh. Glendora has been doing videos every week for our patrons.
Yes, she has.
Glendora needs to come back. She's got a lot to say.
There's things going on. She's been like ruminating over this, but she'll get there.
Her daddy recently got arrested again.
Oh, Sid.
Yeah.
Oh, Sid.
But anyway, I wanted to go back. The dance shoes. So.
Oh yeah.
Kate Palace is saying I miss going to shoe stores where they had attendants and those shoe sizing templates. Yes. I forget the name for those.
The Bratton device.
Yeah, the Bratton device. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I don't know why that just popped right in my head. It's a Bratton.
The Isle of Shame.
Yeah, it's how to fit your feet.
Misfit toys.
And my feet have actually expanded, so now I no longer fit like certain shoes anymore. So I need the Bratton device.
Yeah. Brannock device. Brannock device.
Thank you. See, I can be corrected.
My daughter bought a red maxi dress at Aldi last year for $11. Yes. There was an article about the Isle of Shame, and they were talking about that dress.
Crazy.
That went viral. I love that your daughter has it. I love
that. Fantastic.
Glendora sings
Don't go.
Why, yes. That could happen. That could totally happen. What was I going to say? Shoes. Oh, dance shoes. Oh. I want to get back into tap dancing.
Mm-hmm.
I used to take tap.
You got a nice pair of taps.
No. There's a pair of
glitter taps.
Insanely, ridiculously expensive tap shoes at Capezio. And every time I see them, it's like a halo off of them. Like, oh,
please buy me.
Because they're like hot pink glitter tap shoes. And they're really expensive. And I have no need for them. And when I get back into tap class, I'm not going to buy them because I don't have $300 to spend on tap shoes. But they have a halo off of them.
So the glitter is making you go, oh, the aura. Yes, the halo.
I got to get back into tap.
Hey, bye, Peter. So glad you could join us.
Good night, Peter. I'm so glad you were here. We will see you soon.
Peter, contemplate not only Grand Marnier, but 8 bottles of it a day.
Oh, just don't contemplate that. Do not contemplate.
Don't do it, but contemplate that. I want to know what that might be like. Oh, wow.
It would be bad for you and your pancreas.
Ow. That hurts.
Ugh.
Anyway, we have a note from Don. Would we be interested in selling some of our records at your local? Yes. Let us know whom we need to talk to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dime, 100%.
we would need to talk pricing to make sure this all levels out, but I'm sure they can be arranged.
Yep.
I'm
Okay.
sure they
Everyone's
can be
saying nice,
arranged.
Peter.
Yep.
Yep. I
Yep.
love it.
There you go. But definitely.
GoFundMe for the yellow shoes. I know.
I was about to do a GoFundMe for a new stylist, but I just paid for it.
Oh no. We can afford a stylist.
It was not that much. It's
if I
the price of a
desperately needed
cartridge.
hot pink glitter tap shoes, I would do a GoFundMe, but I will make it work. I will make it work. I will just get back into tap class, and when I get really good, I'll get those pink glitter tap shoes.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Oh, Record Store Minneapolis. Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Just electric fetus. Why not? Yep.
What the heck?
All about it.
What the heck?
We will send our records to anyone who wants them.
I am interested in any store that wants to
Thank you, Dime.
do this appropriately. I mean, you come up with
the
a
clog
wholesale
shoes.
price and away you go. But we could get product anywhere in the world, literally. Some places might be more difficult than others, but we can do it. We can do it. But definitely. When
Is it worse than Abby from NCIS is drinking 18 Red Bulls?
Oh,
I did not see that one, but probably not because I love Abby. So,
but wow. Hello. Yes. 18.
Oh, Troy, you're so sweet. Thank you.
Thank you, Troy.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Was that it?
Yes.
So,
yeah. Toward
anyway,
the shoes.
So
Shoe fund.
Notably, at the bottom of your screen, you see a little link there that says Venmo. That's how to tip us during the show. If you feel like you would like to extend that courtesy, we really appreciate it.
I feel like if I got the hot pink glitter tap shoes, I would have to start a new Instagram account for the hot pink glitter tap shoes.
They have a life of their own.
Hot pink glitter tap shoes.
They have their own account on, I'm not going to name it. Anyway, but yes.
It would be like hot pink glitter tap shoes on the subway. Hot pink glitter tap shoes in class. Hot pink glitter tap shoes having a drink after class.
That's not taking over for a ponytail fell, is it?
No, although
No.
I do admit I suck at social media because I have a ton of hairband photos that I have not posted.
Well, I think it's time to nail it shut. But definitely.
Every time I think about posting on social media, I feel tired.
Yeah, I know, because it's tiring.
I feel tired.
Here we are essentially
Abby, yes.
doing it, but it's still
Abby
tiring.
comes to work acting in a weird way. Someone asks, how many Red Bulls did you have? She nonchalantly states 18. She's your mid-century version of the red shoes, but pink shoes.
The pink shoes.
You made me choke. That is so funny. I love it.
I've actually seen the red shoes.
Rocky Horror dancing with your glitter shoes. That's just going to be, you've all helped me with my New Year's resolution.
There you go.
Tap dance in my glitter shoes.
Tap in your glitter shoes. But in the meantime, you have a very good pair of taps that you could actually go out and work
Amy
with.
gets it. I never post enough pictures on the socials. I don't either.
And I think you take more pictures than I do, which is kind of like I take two. You must take more pictures than I do.
I take a lot of photos.
I suddenly remember to take pictures, and it's like, yeah, it's all done.
I take tons of photos, but I don't think it's just like, self-doubt because I just think like no one wants to see this.
Bull poop. They do.
Yeah.
They do.
I don't know. I take tons of photos.
Funny.
I take tons of selfies. Here's me.
It is I.
At a rehearsal studio.
It is I.
Here's me at an audition. Here's me. Whatever.
Hilarious.
Yeah, I do.
All of these things.
Antisocial. I know.
Antisocials.
Should be the blank space.
Antisocial media.
Call it false social. I know.
Yeah.
Some anti-social media. I know. I don't know. Oh wait, Amy said I got a pair of black glitter sneakers.
Oh.
Anything that's any glitter shoes, I'm into them. I had a balloon twisting job last Saturday, and it was a little girl's birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
And a different little girl came up to me for a balloon and her sneakers. I was just like, oh, I want those in my size. And like, you can't say that to a kid because they just look at you like you sprouted a second head.
What?
So I'm just looking at her shoes like, oh,
It's got to be the shoes.
Want.
Yep.
Basically,
Got to be the shoes.
Basically, if it was made for a 7-year-old, I want it in my size.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
They make these
yeah.
things for kids that are very glittery
do.
and fun. and
Everything
then-
I point out to Paul, I'm like, I want that, is like on a 7-year-old.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that jacket. Oh, those shoes. Like, whatever. It's like, it's on a 7-year-old. Yeah.
That's the thing.
Did they light up? Yes, they did.
As a matter of fact,
As a matter of fact, they did.
LED.
And they were hot pink glitter. Like, I was wearing glittery boots, but they were not pink.
Yeah. I do not have glitter boots myself.
Oh, and these are kids.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
I'm gonna look into this.
Cool. I do not own kids. Back in the day, I probably
We did not get the light up shoes. K Palace. We did
Yeah.
not get the light up shoes. So many things kids have now. I'm like, I would have punched someone for that.
punch you in the neck.
In the throat.
In the throat.
but we didn't have it. We did not have the option back then to punch up leap. In
Yeah,
the throat.
there you go. It's not the shoes, Marvin. It's got to be the shoes. It's got to be the shoes.
My cat likes to sit on my head. It must be the warmest.
Hilarious.
Oh, those wheel shoes. I remember those too. I did not have them.
Wheelies. Those were banned.
So many people
from all
got
of our local
wiped out when
places.
they had someone coming out of a store. I know.
Oh yeah.
It's probably just as well. Those aren't a thing anymore.
I mean, they were called they were called Heelys.
Heelys. Not a thing anymore.
It's just like a wheel in the bottom of your sneakers.
Probably the most obscure 80s quote Paul has come up with tonight.
It's got to be the shoes. That's a kicker.
Ah.
And it's not that obscure. It was a Spike Lee joint. I'm telling you. This is the thing.
I feel like I'm missing so many quotes
Oh,
or comments. I should say comments.
comments. The comments.
Thanksgiving, glitter drinks, glitter dessert,
Cookies.
cookies. Should there be glitter on the turkey? Why not?
What the heck? Do it.
Someone will reinvent them. Yes. Wonder how much they cost now. A lot.
A lot of money.
A lot of money.
How much money? A lot.
I don't want to be run over.
A-L-O-T,
I do
a
not want
lot.
to be run over.
No. No.
Oh, good night, Casey. Thank you for
Hey, good night.
joining us.
Thanks, man. So
Yay.
cool. Much appreciated.
Yes, there will be a Thanksgiving episode next week. My family will be here.
We will be serving drinks.
I'm sure I'll be
to-
half in the bag by the time we go live, but we're going live.
The family will be here. Linda, who is here, will be here.
Yes.
We will not serve drinks to her because she will not take them. Oh, but I might
Well,
make
maybe
something.
we can get her to.
I might make her something she would take. I would do that.
Rita Hayworth drink.
I would do that. Maybe she'd take that. But Christy will be here and she'll take a drink. So actually, Jeff will take a drink, but he will not be on camera. And that's just the way it is. That's okay. I will take the.
I knew Heelys were a bad idea when I saw them being used in a museum. That
Oh,
could
boy.
not have gone well. All right, what
Not
would
well.
you like?
I was reaching for the brandy, but I think I put it back.
I'll get it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Yes.
Swear.
yeah. Here, I'm gonna move something to make room for it.
Thank you. Okay.
Well,
I'm just putting a little brandy in my bubbles, including a little bit of sour, which means that I'm just making a 75 at the end and the beginning of the day. And there you go.
it's a fun family you have there, folks. John, I cannot disagree with you.
Yep.
I cannot disagree. I'm excited about
Well,
Thanksgiving.
it's true because you know them, you know. And
I
the
do
fact
know
is-
them. I've known them for a long time.
And the fact is, you were just partying with them in Vegas, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not. You were. I know.
I just lived vicariously through the photos.
Yeah. You know.
How about a
photos were good.
margarita? Yes, you've got it. You've got a margarita
Oh,
with
yeah.
your name on it.
Actually, Linda doesn't take a margarita. She takes a margarita.
Well,
I'll just put that.
Rita.
Yes. Yeah. there you go.
Rita.
It's got
There
Rita
you
in
go.
it. It's got
Yeah,
Rita in
yeah,
the
there you
title.
go.
It must be good, right? I'm making for
Your
lost
local
time.
mall.
But yes, fun.
I live vicariously through your photos.
We have been to some of those locations. I was glad to see them again. We really
Mhm.
couldn't do it this time around for various reasons. Among them, we have a lot of gigs. There's just been a
I
lot going on.
know.
I mean, just
Suddenly
recently,
I'm a face painter. What?
just recently, I joined her on a gig in Manhattan, and it was crazy for like 4 hours. Bang, 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 bang. And then we had to hustle off to the next gig. And I was about to drop her when, like, our gal who got us the gig is just like, I'm not going to make the next gig. Is there any way that Paul could cover for me? And yeah, I said, okay. And I did. Because that was about, I don't know, hour and a half maybe.
The idea of me doing face painting is so hilarious.
But she's doing it.
Because I think, like, if there's one thing I suck at, it's art. But I haven't had any children run off crying yet. Because I always have wipes, and I'm like, if you don't like it, we'll just use the makeup wipe. But we haven't done any wipes yet either, so I don't know.
Well, you also had a child at that gig I was mentioning.
Gotta love the side hustle.
At the gig I was mentioning, you had a child say, I don't like it.
I was like, here's a wipe.
And his mother was like, he's in the phase where he doesn't like anything. She knew.
Oh, yeah, she's like, he doesn't like anything I buy for him. I'm like, you want a wipe? No.
And I kind of think, Mom, I'm glad you're here because
Okay.
you know. And we agree.
I don't know. Yeah.
And he got his dinosaur. And
how much caffeine doing all this, Eric?
Not enough.
I consume a frightening amount of caffeine. Last night on the train, coming home from my class, which ended at 9 p.m., I was like chugging coffee on the train.
And then they got home.
People are like, oh, you drink a lot of alcohol. I'm like, I don't drink nearly as much alcohol as I do caffeine.
Coffee.
Caffeine is my literal addiction.
You are the coffee achievers.
Yeah.
Hold on tight to
What's that
your
song?
dreams.
Whatever it is, I'm against it. Yeah.
Whatever it is, I'm against it.
I've got a lot of face painting gigs coming up. I did buy some stencils, which you can buy. I'm telling you, once you get into face painting, you can buy all the things, including it's like, oh, buy this and everyone will love you. And it's like, yeah, but it's going to cost you like $5 a kid. Like, I cannot afford that.
Come on. It's like the balloons.
But you can buy stencils.
Yes.
Which are, cute or whatever. So
there you go. Easy.
For Christmas, I bought some snowflake stencils and I bought a snowman stencil because I thought, well, that's not religious. So whatever you do religiously, is that a word? Whatever you do religiously. You can have a snowflake.
Keep it to yourself.
And maybe one day it will snow again. But anyway. Like it's like 60 degrees, so like not soon, but maybe one day it will snow again.
So this quote right here, absolutely.
Coffee achievers. Yeah. Oh, the coffee achievers. I think of that all the time.
You are the caffeine generation. You're the coffee achievers.
Frightening amount of caffeine sounds good to me. I know. I'm a coffee addict.
I can do a hell of a lot of caffeine because I think that my body in general does not produce enough.
I am a coffee achiever.
But
because I achieve.
I can overload on
and
it too.
Addicted to coffee.
And then I'm in really bad shape.
I achieve and I
got to bear that in
to
mind.
Coffee, so I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Coffee achiever from Dare to
Be Stupid.
Yes.
Dare to be stupid. Dare to be stupid.
I do.
Copyright infringement.
And I could go drink a pot of coffee right now and I would still fall asleep. I might wake up at 4 a.m, but I would fall asleep.
Damn it, I fall asleep now.
Which I discovered in college because people would say like, oh, I got to drink a bunch of coffee and stay up to cram. I'm like, I would drink a bunch of coffee and like, I'm going to fall asleep.
Out flat.
Yeah, no.
Out flat.
No.
Then you wake up at about 4:30 and you're like, wide awake. Start typing. La, 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 la. I've done that too.
I mean, I made it, but I feel like cramming was not good for me. I don't learn that way.
No, I don't learn. I don't learn at all.
No.
I've done it to get it in and get it
That's
out.
my father once said. It's stupidity done well. Says me too, Kelly. I know. Like I could fall asleep. I could drink a pot of coffee and fall asleep.
Yeah.
Paul needs caffeine because he has no natural energy usually.
You know, this is not true. Back in the day, you would know me as someone who would be up until 2 a.m, just yak, yak, yak. I would just go, 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 go. It was just, I had a ton of energy. It just went.
Were you on any substances?
No.
Sugar?
No, absolutely not. The most I would do was ice cream. I mean, really. That
has sugar.
Well, I mean, true. But like, I wouldn't do any of those substances. And like, the most I was doing was beer. That was it. It wasn't like any kind of a big deal. I just did it. Lately, I think I don't produce enough natural amphetamine. So that's the thing you got to deal with. Yep.
What kind of G is he working with?
That might be a typo. Hard to say.
Oh. Troy. G's?
Oh. We're talking about that kind of stuff. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, John was joking. Too true.
No natural energy.
Yeah.
Oh, milligrams. Oh, okay. All right.
Migs.
Milligrams.
Migs. That's a kicker.
Yes, we should have known that. Yeah. I don't know. I could drink all the coffee and still fall asleep.
Yeah.
And it won't keep me awake. That's the worst part. I think I remember when I was on tour in The Wizard of Oz and we had to drive ourselves.
Yeah, this was a terrible tour.
It was a terrible tour, but we don't need to talk about that. But I was on tour in The Wizard of Oz and sometimes we had to drive straight through the night and I would just drink all the coffee I could get my hands on. And I'm like, I'm still falling asleep. So it's like, if you need to stay awake and you can't, I don't know, I think about truck drivers. I see this a lot because since I'm doing all these gigs, face painting and balloon twisting and Mrs. Santa and whatever.
Whatever you got, clowns.
I'm on the highways a lot.
Elves.
And I see a lot of drivers weaving scarily. And they're probably taking some of these substances to stay awake because they've got to get to wherever they're going. But I'm like, but you're drifting all over the highway. Someone almost hit me yesterday. Just drifting into my lane. They were not changing lanes. They were just drifting. I'm like, ugh.
Who put the benzene in Mrs. Murphy's Ovaltine? Seriously.
It's funny, but it's not. It's funny, but it's not.
So Eric is actually saying that you heard Kelly was smoking cloves.
Wait, who was smoking cloves? This is a safe space.
You? It is.
Was I smoking cloves?
You weren't, but there's a claim that you were.
Wait, if I have 2 sodas for my main source caffeine, I can only sleep 5 hours, if that.
Wow.
John, I'm envious that you can sleep. Honestly.
Yeah, I am too.
Surprised to hearing Kelly smoking clove cigarettes. I have never smoked a clove cigarette in my life.
No.
But yeah.
I remember them.
I remember them
in the 80s they were a thing.
I remember them very well.
It was suddenly this thing. It was so stupid.
Roll the windows down, play the music as loud as you can. I know we do have a rest area.
Yes.
Not far from us that we have pulled off onto many a time. But the thing is, I think I'll pull over and sleep. But as soon as I pull over, I'm like, I'm wide awake. So, yeah.
Let's see. Dime
has bite my hand between the thumb and first finger to stay awake. Oh my gosh. That's a good idea. I might try that.
Let's see. Time can only do a third. Oh, only does on Wednesday.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's very heartening.
Suggest a libation for Thanksgiving that involves coffee or has a purple ingredient. The coffee-loving purple cousin. Oh, okay. All right. Interesting. All right. Well, you could definitely do what we did tonight with the bourbon, or you could leave out the bourbon. Mm-hmm. You could just do a little bit, maybe that much coffee liqueur. a splash of lemon juice and fill with your bubbles.
Yeah.
That would be good.
Yeah.
Coffee liqueur, not actual coffee, but
Yeah.
yeah, like coffee liqueur, splash of lemon.
Really good coffee liqueur.
Fill with your bubbles.
Make a difference.
That would be really good.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that would do. And if you needed purple.
Well played.
That's the thing. Coffee rum. There are actually some good coffee rums. We have them.
Bonham pack.
Coffee brandy is basically the sort of like state drink of Maine, if I'm not mistaken. This is bizarre. Nobody else drinks this sort of thing in the entire nation. But coffee brandy is a thing.
I'm gonna look it up.
And it is actually an ingredient, if I'm not mistaken, in the Mr. Bally High. San Diego's Bally High has Mr. Bally High right at the front of the
Maine
place.
state drink.
They have a mug, they have a drink, and it involves coffee brandy.
The official state drink of Maine is Mox.
On the other hand, it's Moxie, so which I have made cocktails out of and people enjoyed. So there we go. I knew what to do with it.
Bonham pack coffee rum is good.
It is. And is that actually a product of Deadhead or no? No, Bonham Pack is part of, it's a Filipino item. So that would make it Tandaway. It's part of the Tandaway family.
But didn't the Deadhead guys give us the Bonham pack?
Am I wrong? I hope I'm
You
not
might
wrong.
be wrong.
Yeah, both of us could be
Do I
wrong.
need to go grab it?
Maybe.
I'm gonna go grab it.
Let's see. Let's see. Yes. We try all these products so you don't have to. Some of them are terrible, but we actually will not slag off products. We'll just say, don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah. I'm trying to think of the coffee liqueurs we've had. There's a really great, not really local one, but there's a great one that's based on espresso, and it has a great, great flavor. And there is espresso ristretto, which is, who makes that? The same family as Galliano does that. That's a really good product, and we can't usually find that. So it's kind of a drag. But when we did Tiki Oasis in 2015, I think, we were challenged with making a drink out of that, and we did. And I think the theme was beatniks. Hey. We made a great drink out of that stuff.
Man, it took me a minute to find it.
Wow. Okay. Bonaparte. Hello. I think you're right. I think this one came to us from...
The guys at Deadhead.
Yes. Rum infused with organic Chiapas coffee. And this is actually...
It's delicious.
It's very good. Iconic brands. This is Deadhead. Yep. Good. Good. I want to get that straight.
Deadhead credit people, where credit is due.
Deadhead people have been very good to us, and they produce great product.
Yeah, they do.
There you go. John, it is spelled belly high. Exactly as you say.
Yep.
Exactly as you say, sir. Do, 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 do.
My special island.
So
can I help?
I'm just like touching up things and doing things with them and blah blah blah. I'm behind. I couldn't drink last week. Hello. Couldn't drink all week.
Can't have any more lemon unless we go squeeze some.
Well, we could. It's true. I should grab the Bonaparte. You brought it in.
You should.
All right. Coffee liqueur.
That'll be lovely.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Okay. This should combine well with a bunch of...
I got it.
It's not going on very well. This should combine well with... What do we have?
It went on beautifully.
I'm feeling the brandy, which is right there. Thank you.
I was thinking tequila.
But the tequila would work very well too.
Stressing belly high from South Pacific sounds like they get smart thing. Oh, that's true. Time to catch up. Yeah, he was out last week. He did great. I gotta say.
I did not have a drink all week.
He did not. He wanted his tooth to heal, and
damn it,
did.
This is the first implant. I'm trying to make it work properly. John is correct. I'm listening to Belly High in my head with Get Smart. It's like it's the same intervals.
Hi.
It's the same motive.
Hi.
Whoa. Yeah. Well, you know, that show.
Kate Palace. I want to go see Wicked.
Oh yeah.
I really never, very rarely go see movies in the theater, but I think my butt might be at Wicked on Friday.
The last theatrical thing we saw was probably Once Upon a Time
Barbie.
in Hollywood.
No, it was Barbie.
Oh, it was Barbie. Yes.
We saw Barbie in the theater. The last movie we saw in the theater was Barbie.
Yeah.
I might actually get my behind to a theater.
Your Botox?
I really, really, really want to see Wicked.
Yep. I would do it in a second. And we've been seeing some more Broadway lately too.
Yes.
And I got to recommend it.
Now I love it. Octave to leading tone. Back to the octave. Wait, can't Paul, I'm thinking on getting an implant. How painful are they? Chris has heard some horror stories. Okay, but he has not actually gotten the implant yet. I'll take that.
No, I did.
No, you don't have the implant.
I don't have the crown, but I have the actual like peg that's in there. That's in my my jawline. Okay, it's no more painful than any other extraction. If you get correct anesthesia.
Maybe I'm dead inside.
Honestly, it is. It's pretty ordinary surgery for dental. It's not a big deal.
Ordinary surgery, if that's ordinary to you.
I mean, that level of dental is like a lot of shots and a lot of Novocaine and a lot of painkillers afterwards. I don't think it's a big deal.
Go to a really good movie theater to see Wicked with a good sound system.
Oh,
we have one at our mall.
We do.
I might have to go to the mall. The last film we saw at the mall was Florence Foster Jenkins.
That was kind of awesome.
Except there were the theater was practically freaking empty, except these three ladies.
Three biddies.
Who were 80 years old if they were a day, came and sat in our row and then proceeded to yak at high volume the whole time. I'm like, really? This entire theater is empty.
Ladies!
And you're going to talk at full volume during this film.
Yeah.
Could you sit in any other row? But yeah, maybe we'll go to the mall Friday. Are you up for the mall Friday?
I could do the mall anytime.
If not, I'll just go to the mall.
I've been doing malls since I was a young child. And if I could only get to some of those stores again.
Joe has 2 implants.
Whoa, hello. Yep.
I'm dead inside and I didn't have any dental work. No, I want to see it with a good sound system. Exquisitely frustrated.
So true.
I love that they're going to the movies, but at the same time, I'm trying to watch the movie.
Hey, ladies, will you shut up, please?
I know. I'm trying to watch the movie.
Jeebus.
Feel of no consideration. I know, especially in the theater.
Rude. Excuse me. Rude. First of all,
I like that in Broadway shows they will just throw your ass out.
Grab you by the scruff. Boom. Out of there.
Take your phone and be like, okay, it's going this way.
Out of there.
Follow it.
There are stories of actors on the stage who hear ringing phones and will pause and will walk into the audience and find the offender and grab him by the neck and take
Amy
him out
has
of the,
one implant.
Get him out of the bloody theater and then go right back on stage and pick it up exactly where they left off.
You say, if I wanted commentary, I'd wait for the DVD. I know. It was like that too.
Seriously. Yeah. The implants, they have to remove your tooth and then put a bolt into your actual jawline. Now, I remarked to the folks who were doing this, the really fun part is when you get to the bolt and you have to put a ratchet in there and go crank, 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 crank. And they thought that was really funny. I was like, Yes, it is very funny.
I'm not trying to be funny. I'm totally serious.
I'm on a lot of anesthesia at the time, and it's still pretty funny. When I'm done with this, it'll hurt like hell. You know.
I would wait for the Mystery Science Theater people.
Yes.
That's us.
There you go.
That's Paul and me watching a movie.
Dental work is no joke, and we all need it. And we are glad for good health insurance. So,
Dental.
I got to say, I'm very protective of my health insurance. I work for an insurance company.
Uh-oh. I overflowed.
You overloaded. Go back. Go back.
It was only a little. Ah. No, it's good. I'm good.
Now you are.
I was going to take care of
Soup,
it.
soup. Yes.
I did not expect that to overflow the way it did. But,
You felt like Uncle Fester afterwards? Oh, Gomez, it really hurts. I wish I could do it again.
No, I didn't expect that. But you know what? It was only a little. Here's
It's
me
just a
cleaning the
touch.
bar right now.
It's just a touch.
Need house insurance.
Oh, man. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Ugh.
Well, you know something?
Like Uncle Fester afterwards.
Yeah, what do you think, Fester? Is this something you would go to voluntarily? Oh, yes, Gomez. I would do it again and again.
I might want a little more food.
We've actually seen not only...
I'm pulling out the food again.
Oh, yeah, you want a little bit of this sort of
do.
vegetable loaf.
I want a little bit more.
We've actually
I'm gonna
seen...
go get my plate.
Not only the Addams Family recently, but we also saw North by Northwest, which involves kind of similar elements.
Yeah.
Ultimately, and I got to say this: it's
To
going to
the
be
Addams Family.
about one of my favorite Hollywood pictures. In a phrase, it's probably why I got into movies, so I can blame Hitchcock.
Wait. My Uncle Jack once told someone at the theater that if they didn't stop talking, he would throw them over the balcony. I love that.
And you know
Try
what?
doing that now.
You know what, John? I bet that person shut up,
Yeah, I bet they did.
which is good. And if they didn't shut up, I feel like Jack would have
They probably
thrown him
went
over
over
the
the
damn
balcony.
balcony.
Wait, Kelly,
So
you feel like I should make that now. Oh, you should, Eric. It's good. It's
Yes,
really
you should.
good.
yes, you
I'm
should.
gonna have a little more.
It's really kind of great. I would serve that at parties, and people would say, "Oh, what's this?
Maybe I'll
Oh,
make
it's
it.
vegetable loaf." Hello.
Maybe I'll make it for
Hello.
our holiday gathering.
I recall,
December 21st.
John. I recall Uncle Jack had fantastic taste. Now, his taste in music kind of ended around 1954, which is a little early, but he had great taste. And he was a little opinionated about things which he did not agree with. And that is life. But honestly, at the end of the day, he was in a good direction.
I'm missing. Sounds like what my Uncle Jack would have said.
Everybody has an Uncle Jack.
An Uncle Jack.
Have you met my Uncle Jack? Okay, Spirit, the rock group, look them up.
Uh-oh.
They have a song called Uncle Jack. I love that song. But we've been listening. We've been talking about a lot of these things. I mean, I'm trying to think of like the
Eric says, I had an
and
Uncle
breadth
Fred.
of all of these things. I had Uncle Leo. Uncle Leo is kind of a classic too. Leo.
Uncle Leo. I loved Uncle Leo because I'm going to give Uncle Leo some
I will give props
props
to
because
Leo all the time.
they feel like people are like, he was a drunk, blah, blah, blah. I'm
Oh,
like,
come
you know
on.
what? Your Uncle Leo at
Knew what to
our
do.
wedding,
Said,
he came ahead of time and he sprayed the whole backyard for mosquitoes.
he said, like, I could spray this back here for insects. Do you want me to do that? And I
And
said,
we're like, yes,
yes,
please do.
yes, do that. I don't care
Because
what.
I feel like everyone talked about him like he's drunk, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
oh, come on.
he was a nice guy. And he got rid of the mosquitoes for her wedding. So
he was a great guy. He knew what to do.
Was. And I'd like,
this is the thing.
He had
he
an
knew
issue
what to do.
And he.
I love Leo.
But
he's my father's brother. Come on.
He was awesome. Uncle Ralph, who scared me when he was infamously with the snore that freaked me out.
Oh man.
Oh. My dad's case ended around 1954. My uncle's ended around 1945. Ah!
Jeez, you said like Jack never really got into bebop.
My son has a yellow model car that he covered with black crayon years ago, and he suddenly decided he wants the yellow back. Oh, hey Chaz, what's up?
Hey Chaz. Good to see you.
At this hour, I am eating.
Yes. Yes, I
am eating at this hour.
It's all vegetables.
So good.
It's good.
It's
good.
All vegetables.
It's good for you. It's got vitamins.
And it's coming off the. My daughter is working on. Oh, okay. Okay, good. And Uncle Bill, like in Family Affair.
Oh yeah, Uncle Bill.
I loved Family. When I was a kid, I loved Family Affair.
I did not have Uncle Bill. Yeah,
I did not either, but I loved Family Affair.
Yeah, Family Affair was a lot of fun because it actually talked to you about alternate family lifestyles. Like people might leave. People might not be capable of things. And suddenly, like this big ad executive might have to take care of a couple of young kids and a teenager. That's a lot to wrangle. Because Mr. French. Hello.
And I feel like he was ambivalent about it. It wasn't like, oh yay, kids. Like he was kind of like
he was kind of like, I need to do this, but he loved them. He loved them. And lived in a cool Manhattan apartment and bang. Oh man.
Laura, I gotta take a screenshot of your comment. Homework spirit.
Uncle Jack, coffee, bread, and drinks that you garlic marmite.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Johnny Quest also was a show with no mom. Oh, okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's right. Johnny Quest had a dad who was like this sort of like scientist type.
Yeah.
Johnny Quest also had the most awesome cartoon theme ever.
It's your neighbor.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, he liked Wynton Marsalis? Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
Now, Wynton Marsalis is a very traditionalist kind of guy. He's a very New Orleans kind of guy, so I can get it. But that's very cool that he liked them both, because Clark Terry is a fantastic player.
Are you guys going to comment on that? Here, how to plan a perfect dinner party. Oh my gosh. So that album is no joke. No one's talking. I'm chewing.
I'm trying to figure out where they come from.
Am I the only one who can talk?
No, I'm trying to figure out where they came from so I can comment properly.
Chaz.
Oh, Chaz. Oh, yeah. Like, so Gaynor and Dorothy Maddox were apparently a food commentator and his wife. In the 50s, they had a column, and Charlton Records here decided to do a whole series of like instructional records, like how to run your yacht, how to mow your lawn. And they did something about how to throw a dinner party, and they hired Gaynor. And he is fairly condescending, including to his wife.
Yeah. I would have kicked him in the nuts, but wait.
So there you go.
Did I say that with my outside voice?
We're on the air, dear. And they actually they played that for what it was. They're kind of hilarious.
Kicked him in the nuts.
It's kind of a great record. And you can probably find the whole thing up on YouTube and check it out. And I think you would really, really love this thing. But there's a whole series. There's like 10 or 12 of them on
we
Charlton
have
that you would love.
How to handle your boat. Try saying that 5 times fast. Hear how to handle your boat.
I will not do that.
Hear how to handle your boat.
Yes.
Hear how to handle your boat. Hear how to handle your boat.
Also true. Yes.
Hear how to plan the perfect dinner party. I feel like if Gaynor is your husband, you're sort of limited. Poor Dorothy.
Poor Gaynor.
Pour one out for Dorothy. Yeah.
Heavy. But true.
But anyway, it's interesting to listen to.
It's a lot of fun. They do like 4 different meals, and one of them is actually tropical. One of them is just like steak dinner. One of them is turkey dinner. It's a lot of fun. I would recommend it.
But anyway.
Anyway.
All right. I'm being signaled. It is that time.
What's that time? Oh, we have to go.
Time to go.
Do we have to go? Oh, well.
We don't have to. But
we've been here for a while.
I feel like you might be ready.
With good friends.
So we will be here.
We'll be here in 1 week.
Next week, unless
on
people are like, no, please don't broadcast. We're not interested. We'll be with our families. So if you don't want us to broadcast, let us know. But otherwise, we'll be here next Wednesday.
And if you don't want to broadcast, I'm thinking, what are you talking about?
We're going to broadcast anyway.
I'll be here anyway.
We'll be here anyway.
Be here with your family or not. We will do that for you because
I'm so glad we had this time together. Yes. Aww. Yes, everyone enjoy your week, and we'll be here next week.
Please.
Because
next week will come in no time.
Because Wednesday.
Yeah. Next week.
Darn it.
A little. Next week will come in no time, which is to say a week.
Be excellent to each other.
Always.
Wait. We got all be bad, and we also got be excellent to each other. So do you.
Listen, as always, we do this for you. If you're going to join us on a Wednesday, we really appreciate it. Some people will not think of doing this. I don't know what the problem is.
Wednesday, Thanksgiving Eve, we will appreciate you all that much more.
At the time that we're hosting people, it's just like, we can still do a broadcast. We do it. Why not? It's a Wednesday.
I have to say,
it's an ordinary Wednesday before the turkeys.
Our people are very understanding. It might not be a 2-hour broadcast. It might
be a little short of that. Whatever. But like we're here, we're all waiting for all the puzzle pieces to fall into place and be
I'm doing a move for my jazz class. It's like I was sort of feeling it.
The fact is, we're doing all of these things. Everybody's doing. It might be this. It might be the puzzle pieces. It might be the turkey dinner. It might be all of that. It is all of that. We're here to make it work. Oh,
I also have to cook.
Well, the fact is, like Amy, I think that your food would be fantastic. I'd lay off. I make drinks.
I would have no soy.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I would not have soy, for Pete's sake. But the simple fact is, here we are on Wednesday for a couple of hours plus.
We'll be here next week. Come here.
Next week. We'll see you Thanksgiving when people are in or not. But it doesn't matter. We'll see you. And remember, no matter where you go, and no matter what you do, we will see you soon.
Good night.
Good night, people.